Hello everyone, I'm Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Frostpunk. Today we are going to be going through the last scenario in our Frostpunk game. It's called On the Edge. After the Great Storm has exposed an army warehouse, we are sent from New London to set up an outpost there. Times are changing. What will be our role in the coming thaw? So this scenario, rather than playing as a main city with our own generator, we are just an outpost team sent out by New London, which was the first city we dealt with in the A New Home scenario, and they've sent us out to collect resources from a nearby location. Let's give it a start.
They say the snow is dead, but we've learned to the contrary. Snow is ever-changing, unstable, restless. We survived the Great Storm. It took away a lot from us. Still, it gave us something in return. Tempestuous winds brought relics of the past to light, ones that can bring hope for the future. Our assignment was simple: arrive at the site, build a reliable camp, and create a stable chain of supply. In return, we'd get food and necessities. A square deal. But deals have this peculiar quality. Just like the snow, they tend to change.
We are the Outpost team. The Great Storm has uncovered an underground army warehouse from times before the evacuation. New London sent us here to build an outpost and gather any resources we find. We must rely on New London for food. There are no animals to hunt here, and the ground is solid rock. Thankfully, the weather is fine for now, so we should survive without a generator, until we have other ways of heating. Let's get to work. So yeah, as I said, we don't have our own generator. We're just a small outpost team on the outside of New London. We know what to do. Our first task is to clear the road to the warehouse and start gathering steel. And of course, let's not forget to set up some tents. The night is going to be cold without a generator. Okay. So first thing to notice, you'll see our Book of Laws has this lock sign on it. If we go into the laws and attempt to sign something, the laws are signed by New London. We can't sign our own laws. New London determines our laws for us. So if we need a law, we have to contact them and ask them for permission to sign it. In the meantime, let's get started. Over here is our army warehouse. It can staff up to 20 people and will provide some amount of steel as an ongoing resource. So we'll need to clear the way to that and clear some of this other goods around. I'm gonna want to set up gathering posts because that's always the best way to gather stuff. I could gather both sets of those actually with a single gathering post, which is tempting. And then we have all of these ruins. Those also are effectively piles to be gathered from. Kind of like we had with the Winterhome scenario. Doesn't look like there's a way to get all of it with a single gathering post. Which is somewhat disappointing. But I guess we'll put a gathering post like right here to start gathering from all of that. And I do think I want to... Be nice to get rid of all this stuff early. Like the loose things. While the temperature is still cold. Or still relatively warm. It's chilly. But obviously temperature is going to continue dropping. Because this is Frostpunk. So... yeah. I'll gather from the loose stuff that's about. And then the gathering post will gather all of that. Maybe we'll build a workshop early on. Just to get research started quickly. I think that's a decent start. So we'll put in our 5 engineers and let's start. So some things we'll notice that are different in this tech tree compared to the usual. We have nothing to do with the generator because we don't have one, or the steam hubs. Instead, we just have braziers like we had in the last autumn. Our factory has nothing to do with automatons. We also don't have a wall drill or... no, I guess that's resources. Either way, we don't have a wall drill because this scenario doesn't have a site for it. So we can just cut up the couple of trees that are here and then we'll be out of wood. We do have spots for coal mining, or we can do coal thumping. Let's see, we don't have hothouses or hunters' huts because, as they said, there's no means for us to gather our own food. We have to rely on New London for that. So to start out with, I think faster gathering is going to be helpful just to get things started. So we'll go there. We need to staff people. Grab you guys and send you over there. At some point I'm going to want probably another workshop. No. Work shift is over. At some point I'm going to want another workshop and probably a medical post for those remaining engineers, but they can work there for now. Get in touch with New London. Now we need to rebuild the transport depot so we can get supplies shipped from New London before food runs out. To get in touch with them, an outpost administration will be necessary. So those are 2 buildings that we need to build. The transport depot, which is huge and requires 45 wood and 20 steel, and then the administration, which requires 25 wood and 15 steel. So that'll use up most of our steel. Hopefully we'll still have enough wood for the houses we need, or the tents rather. No roof over our heads. Wow, I can't talk today. So this is a usual pop-up. I'll provide shelter for everyone within the next 2 days for sure. I don't feel the need to milk it out as much as I did in the last autumn because we're back to hope rather than motivation, where there's benefits to continuing to hold them along. So we'll start with the transport depot so we can get our food in that we were promised, and administration. And let's see what we can do about tents. We don't need to build around the central generator with houses because there's no central heat that's going to be pushing outward. Let's see, we'll go there and there for our 7 houses, I think. So braziers, as we saw, are a small heat source that we can get. And so I'm trying to just create a tight, close clustering of houses for all of my people. That's the plan. We'll see how it works out. Okay. I think that's plenty for them to work on at the moment. Can't build that road to the warehouse until the steel is removed. But these buildings have been built, so can we communicate? No, we can't. I assume New London will contact us soon. Shelter promise fulfilled. Everyone feels relieved with a roof, even a flapping one over their heads. Hope rises. And we just move forward with time. Gotta move on, chaps. There's still plenty of work to do. I really expected New London to contact us.
Get to work, people. Shipment is waiting.
There we go. So this is a new mechanic they've added with this scenario, is to use dialogue screens. Good day, Outpost 11. Well done with the progress so far. We'll send you the first food shipment soon. Now that the operation is established, we await the first batch of steel from your outpost. In the meantime, we're dispatching a group of clerks to run the outpost administration. Your children will arrive with them. They are surely eager to rejoin you. Remember that we can always assist you with any problems. We have to talk. Outpost 11, we read you loud and clear. How is the operation going? What is our task again? Your task is to explore the warehouse and retrieve as much steel as possible. We expect at least one shipment every few days. We will be sending you food every day. We better get back to work then. If we have problems, we can ask them. We can assist you in many different ways. What is your problem? What do you need? We need more raw food. It says New London's favor will be exhausted. We need more wood. New London's favor will fall. Or we need more coal. New London's favor will fall. We can't currently ask about specific laws because we don't have any needs that we need them to take care of. So just never mind. Never mind. Farewell, farewell. So if we go here, we can see that currently New London's favor is high. Also shows their population and that their relation to us is that they are our home city. So favor is sort of a resource that we shouldn't let go to waste. If favor is high, it means we should be spending it on something. At least that's how I see it. So we know that we have coal deposits. We could build a coal mine or coal thumpers. Coal isn't going to be an issue. Food is, because we have no means of getting food for ourselves, and wood will be eventually. Although right now we could build sawmills to deal with this, but eventually we'll run out. So food is probably top priority to ask for them, but it will exhaust their favor, which will drop it all the way to lowest. So in the meantime, I think I'm going to ask for wood instead. Because wood is always really important, particularly at the start of a new game, where most technologies and buildings are built using wood. We need wood. Your request is granted, but keep in mind that this will take a lot of effort on our part. Thank you. So we can see that right now we have a wood shipment now coming from New London that's sending us 50 wood. And it will be here in 12 hours. I also forgot, we start with a beacon, so I should send out scouts while I'm thinking about it, because scouting is always good to get done when you can. So, I don't know, collapsed building sounds remnants of a building, frozen den. They all sound relatively equal to me. This is odd. So this is based on that first message we got from New London. There must have been some misunderstanding. Our children were not supposed to join us, certainly not so soon. It won't make things any easier for us. Well, it's too late to turn them back, and at least New London promised to also send food our way. Hopefully they'll keep to the schedule. Hopefully they'll keep to the schedule. So we can see that we've got our 10 outpost administration and 15 children coming in 12 hours. And understandably, as an outpost that's just gathering resources, we shouldn't have our children sent here, because that's extra mouths we have to feed. And we have no means of feeding them. It'd be better for them to stay in New London. Next. How is our temperature in our houses? Livable, so it's going to drop to chilly soon. I'm not overly concerned with chili, so I don't think I need to get those yet. I could get sawmills, or I could potentially just go straight to drawing boards, which is what I'm tempted for. Yeah, let's go straight to drawing boards. So yeah, the spot here has been cleared out that was the steel wreckage, so we'll send everyone working there on finishing up that wood, and we will see about connecting the road all the way to the warehouse. Because I think that's our next goal, is getting 100 steel and then sending it to New London.
Shift's over. Get some rest, people.
We're about to get our wood and our extra people. Outpost administration. Our children arrived. Sir, the clerks sent by New London to run the outpost administration are here. They brought our children with them. Many of our people are upset because it looks like our kids were neglected. They haven't enough warm clothes, and some of them caught a cold on the way. But now that they're here, we can take proper care of them. We'll do our best. We now have 20 more homeless and 4 sick. So let's get a medical post set up to deal with the sick. And let's set up 2 more homes to deal with the homeless problem. Alright, so we'll pull 5 of them off of this gathering post, because that's where we put all of our engineers. Put them here. I guess we'll grab 5... Oh, no, we've got a bunch of people unemployed. Must have finished these 2 gathering spots. So we've got 30 more available. Put you guys there. Let's see. So loose resources, it's hard to see at night. Let's grab... There we go. So we've got a couple of spots there and a couple of spots there, which I'm probably going to want to leave alone when we get into the chilly temperatures, because then it'll be really cold for people working just outside of a gathering post. So instead, let's try building another gathering post here to grab these resources. And one here, I guess. Sure. That'll be enough to house a few more people working. Although I guess I could get people working in steel, and that might be a better call rather than this one. So we'll delete that road we just built. Yeah. So we'll put people in that gathering post and then get people working here in steel. And our explorers have made it to the collapsed building. We are standing in front of a ruined building whose purpose we cannot guess. It is possible that it is only a remainder of a larger complex. Perhaps it was a mountain shelter, or maybe a military watchtower. A shred of a white flag flutters in the wind above it. God only knows how it survived. There's no telling whether it has always been white or has lost all color over time. And that will lead us to the stone wall and 17 wood. Let's move on to the stone wall and see what else we can find. And it still feels weird that we can't sign our own laws. At least we're alive. Not everyone has been so lucky. Yep. Oh, and we need to start cooking this food before people start starving. So let's go to building a cookhouse. Sure. That seems like a fine place. So we've got people heading here. It is considered cold. And people working here are also cold, so we've got moderate risk of falling ill and plenty of sick people. So I'm going to need to build another medical post, probably. Possibly this medical post upgrade, just to keep people healthy. Temperature's gonna rise again, so it's not until like much later that I'm really worried. Heaters would be good for our workplaces, I don't know. Perhaps I should just get them. Although I need to start gathering coal if that's the case, because we're only at 60. Maybe start researching coal mining so that when we're ready, we can get some more coal easier. And then we can move on to heating. I'll start with the medical post. We got to get our people healthy quickly. And in the meantime, I'll put down a second medical post. I guess tucked right there. And I'll move the last of my engineers that are currently here into that medical post. Meanwhile, where do I have people? Here. Get you guys out of the cold and put you in a proper gathering post. I think that's everyone. Yeah. A trove of steam cores. Sir, we have great news. The warehouse contains an unknown but very large number of steam cores. We immediately sent the news to New London and await instructions. In the meantime, we might try to haul at least some of them to the surface. This will require stopping the steel extraction for some time. Let me think it over. So now if we click here, we can see that we can either be bringing up 8 steel per hour, or we can switch over to steam cores, which will be less steam cores per hour, obviously. I think it's like 0.2 steam cores per hour. So over the course of a 10-hour shift, they'll bring back 2 steam cores. But that's what we can do if we want steam cores rather than steel. Alright, we got our cookhouse set up. We'll grab our last 5 workers off of here and put them... We don't really need all 5. Let's leave some workers there. Get 2 of them here. Did we get 5 more workers from somewhere? I don't even know. Yeah, 8 of you working here, 2 of you working here, and let's start making meals. And I can't switch to either soup or sawdust meals because we can't sign our own laws. So we have to make inefficient food, but healthier food. So we're going to get 4 rations from every 2 food, which means that 80 food that we have is going to only stretch to 160 rations. So if we don't start getting a lot more food quickly, trying to feed 90 people, that means we need to get at least 45 food per day being given to us, or we cannot keep our people fed. We've heard that a cache of steam cores was found in the warehouse. This is very timely discovery. These devices are critically important for the security of our city. Please send a couple steam cores with each steel shipment from now on. To help you ensure timely deliveries, you are hereby authorized to use emergency shifts. If you encounter any obstacles to your progress, talk to us and we'll find a solution. Understood. What do you... Oh, Outpost Administration Emergency Shift Edict. To ensure the survival of the colony and boost key resource delivery rate from Outpost 11, the government of New London issues an act on the emergency shifts. From this day on, work shifts can be increased up to 24 hours. Understood. So, discontent greatly rises. Work, work, work until you die. We've depleted a ton of ruins. So that's most of this gone. They still have a little bit they're dealing with. I should get the sawmills going pretty soon. And we're starting to see that hungry. But we've got some rations being made. More sick beds needed. I can't address this right now. I just built a second post. And I don't know... Looks like they have actually run out of everything. So let's close that. Move our 5 people here. That might have counted, but I didn't want to risk the hope problem if it didn't. For building a new post, just putting people in it. So we could now do an emergency shift to get even more resources coming in. But that usually ends up with someone dead. But we might have to. In the meantime, let's see about making another gathering post. Because this stuff is all out of range of everything. That one's handling both of those. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just build it here to move the people that were there into. Scouts have reached the stone wall. A wall-like rock formation crosses our path. It almost looks like the work of human hands. Testimony of the past. We know some snow-covered shapes in a niche sheltered by the rock wall. After a while digging, we uncovered several frozen bodies huddled together by a couple of broken sleds. Judging from their clothing and gear, they were scouts like us. We also found some valuable resources on the sleds. Let's take those resources. And that did not open up any new places to explore, so we'll just head directly over here to the frozen den. Hopefully get people continuing to work. New London's probably going to get annoyed if we don't start sending steel soon, but we're only at 71. And they have sent us another food supply. It's only 40 food, and 40 food per day is not enough to keep us surviving. So they're going to have to, at some point, allow us to sign something like the soup or sawdust meals. Or send us more food. Alright, we're going to go with the sawmill. Oh, we've got some new technologies on our screen. So this is related to the warehouse. We can research wooden supports, allows us the use of wooden supports to raise work efficiency in Army warehouse. Each use of wooden supports will cost 50 wood and raise work efficiency in Army warehouse by 50% for 12 hours. As we have no permanent source of wood, that's super risky, but getting 50% more work could be good. On the other hand, handcarts allows us to use handcarts in the Army warehouse, raising output by 20%, so we'll just be 20% more efficient always. That's really good. But I do think we're going to have a lot of people soon with nothing to gather, and so sawmills would be useful. But we do need to keep bringing in that steel because we're an outpost whose goal is to bring in steel. Well, I'm thinking one of those. There is also the idea of getting coal mining now that we have steam core resources, so that way we can start heating up our people. I'm going to go with handcarts though. I think keeping New London happy with us is going to be useful, although there's something to be said for heating things up because our medical posts are still chilly. But they'll be heating up automatically in about a day. Outpost 11, is there a problem? You haven't dispatched the scheduled steel and steam core shipment to us. To help you with fulfilling your duties, we give you the right to introduce extended shifts. Use it wisely. Understood. Are you guys... No. To ensure the survival of the colony and raise the resource delivery rate from Outpost 11, the government of New London issued an act on the extended shifts. From this day on, work shifts can be increased up to 14 hours. Understood. So their favor is high, so we can ask for more resources from them. We have some problems. We can ask for help addressing growing discontent, and they will sign a random law to help with discontent. Or we can ask for resources. I don't think we need wood at the current moment. Or people, or food. We need food, but exhausting their favor is bad. So... how is our discontent? Is it really a problem? It will be if we want to use extended shifts. So, which I do, of course. So, yeah. We need to address growing discontent. We looked at the problem, and we think we have a law that will help solve it. Thank you. Fighting Arena Edict. To free the administration from arbitrating disagreements and raise the recovery rate of steam cores, from now on, all disputes will be resolved during fist-fighting events organized on evenings in a designated fighting arena. Understood. So they have now authorized the fighting arena law. So far they've given us emergency shifts and extended shifts, and now the fighting arena. And we will arbitrate our own disagreements by fist fighting. As one does. Yeah, we'll just put it there. It'll hit most of the houses. And you guys get to go on an extended shift. And as always, tech buildings get to go on an extended shift. You gathering post, you can extended shift. So now we still have some more people who aren't working. So you can gather from this pile that's sitting there. And these guys are still finishing up that pile. All right. So we built the fighting arena, which caused hope to go up for meeting that promise, and handcarts were researched. So now I will get the sawmill, so that when we're done with all of our gathering posts, we can put people onto getting this little bit of wood we have around. It's not a long-term solution for working people, but it's something. Frozen Den is indeed a large grotto in the darkness. Filling it, we find lots of animals and possibly human bones bearing teeth marks. We're in the lair of a large predator, probably a bear. No country for living beings. A terrifying and sad place. An animal that lived here was for a long time feeding on the prey hunted in the area. After searching the cave, we found the predator, a bear mother with young cubs. They are lying huddled together in the farthest corner of the cave. They did not survive the great storm. Let's carry on to the crumbling hut. Alright, we've got the steel we need, actually, so let's switch over to steam cores. It'll take a moment, but now the switch has happened. And so in the morning, when they're working again, we will start getting steam cores. And our number of sick is dropping, which is good. Oh, I hit the wrong key there. We've got some rations to keep our people fed. Oh, we've got a gravely ill? That is super bad. Because we have no means of treating the gravely ill. At least we're alive. Not everyone's so lucky. Yeah. Temperature rose, so discontent is falling. Gravely ill. Sir, many people are gravely ill, and we don't have an infirmary yet. Should we ask New London to address this issue? Let's do it. So there's two laws for dealing with the gravely ill. There is the, hold off a moment. Yeah, radical treatment, where you amputate people and do whatever is needed. Invasive surgery to deal with the gravely ill. Or there's sustained life, where we can't cure the gravely ill, but we can at least keep them alive. We won't risk dangerous amputations with radical treatment. So they just take up places in our medical posts. But it raises hope. I don't know which direction New London is going to go. But we don't want that person to just die from lack of treatment, so we need to do something. We need to tend to the gravely ill. We looked at the problem, and we think we have a law that will help solve it. Thank you. So, Healthcare Improvement Edict. To ensure the survival of the colony and to avoid congestion in health facilities during frost spells, the government of New London issues an act on the necessary improvement of healthcare. From this day on, all terminally ill will undergo radical treatment. Understood. So, they just signed the radical treatment law for us, which raised hope because people will get better, but it also raised discontent because we're going to be hacking off limbs. And we finished the sawmill research, so I think now we're going to go to coal mine. We could actually send out another scout team, and there's value in that. But I think I want to get the coal mine going so the next time we get a frost, we have coal supplies. I could have done coal thumpers, but they need a lot of people, and we just don't have that many people. So the coal mine will be a lot better. And we've got one steam core so far. Plenty of steel. Crumbling hut. The building, once heavily damaged, has been repaired to provide some protection against the weather. Smoke is billowing from its makeshift chimney. Call us hope. We knock and armed people answer the door, but they lower their weapons when we assure them of our peaceful intentions. We soon find out that we are their last hope. They are emaciated, hungry, and sick, and their supplies are running out. We learn from them that previous inhabitants of this place were killed by wild animals. We can take these survivors to our outpost, which will bring in 33 more people, which hands are always helpful. We can send them to our outpost. Some of them will die on the route, or we can decide their fate later, which will leave them here. We don't have a means at the current moment of feeding them, and New London's not going to just suddenly send us a lot more food because of random people we found. At least I don't think so. They don't seem to be the most helpful people we have to work with, but I don't want to just let these people die. So I'm going to decide their fate later, and that will allow us to come back here at another time, when hopefully we are better prepared to deal with having more people. So in the meantime, we'll head back to Outpost 11 to drop off the supplies and then move on to the remnants of a building. And once we get that next steam core, first shipment is ready. So the first shipment is ready to be sent to New London. Visit the Outpost administration and ask the clerks to open a communication line for you. You will be able to dispatch the shipment then. Okay. So what that's actually saying, it's not saying to click communicate, because there's no way from here to send a shipment. Instead, we're supposed to click on this and then click this button, and that will send a shipment to New London. And hopefully that will help boost our favor, which is currently low, and keep New London happy with us. We could also use that steel and steam cores, but we need New London to keep giving us food. So we'll send that shipment. We acknowledge the dispatch of your first shipment. Well done. Those steam cores mean a lot to our people. We're pleased to let you know that we plan to send you food shipments every day. Just keep those steam cores and steel coming. If the supplies you provide are deemed insufficient, we will have to think of some consequences. And remember, if you run into problems, let us know and we'll look for a solution. Understood. The ire rises. Sir, the news that New London is pleased to tell us they'll keep sending us the food they owe us spread among our people, causing a lot of resentment and anxiety, and the vague consequences they threaten us with. Shall we fail to please them, further fan the flames of outrage? All everyone's talking about now is how we should use the steam cores to help us first, since we found them and have no generator, unlike the folks in New London. So we're starting to see some complaints towards New London for the way they're beginning to treat us. Let's dismantle this. That's the last of our things to gather. Well, we have this coal here, and then this supplies that's already being covered by this gathering post. But we're almost done with the loose materials. So let's build that sawmill out here. We definitely don't want to destroy resources because they're very limited on this map. And we currently don't have any other means to get wood when we run out of trees. So, in the meantime, let's just connect up there. And then we can send some more of our people working at that sawmill once we finish up with the gathering that we have left. Alright. So, we've got a new option here, since we got the handcarts, for mixed crews. Allows the army warehouse workers to retrieve steel and steam cores at the same time, although less effectively. So, this doesn't actually lower the effectiveness, you're just getting a 50-50 split. So rather than getting 8 steel per hour and 0.2 steam cores per hour, depending on which way you go, it'll be 4 steel and 0.1 steam cores together every hour. So it just cuts the gain exactly in half. I think I need to start thinking about heat now that we've got possibilities for bringing in coal. Yeah. Let's start looking into heat and heaters. So we'll start there because keeping people warm at night will be useful. And then I'll work on heaters next, I think, to heat the buildings. Healthcare protest. Captain, our people have gathered to protest. The number of untreated sick keeps rising, but you seem to ignore the problem. They demand you take action. Yeah, I would say within the next 3 days, I will have gotten a third of the sick to treatment. The temperature did just rise, which I think was the problem. I can't open another medical post. I don't have enough engineers to do it. So yeah. I promise the sick will be treated. It's dangerous. But we only have 9 untreated sick. And of our patients, we've got most of them that will be ready in a few hours. These ones still have a lot of time. But we'll be able to get in 3 more people in a couple of hours. Either way, in 3 days, we'll get through all those people really soon. So I think that is guaranteed to... Whoa! That number keeps growing, dangerously so. Not quite sure. Might have made a bad promise I shouldn't have made. So London has shipped us 40 more food, which, as we've discussed, is still not enough to actually long-term keep us fed. And our scouts have made it back to the city, so we will immediately send them back out to the last place we have, remnants of a building. Oh, and we are running out of wood. So perhaps I should build a depot out here somewhere to store that wood. And yeah. So that will allow us to store more wood. And then we've got the sawmill to grab even more wood. Heard a thump. That usually means something. No? There we go. Outpost administration, we got less food. Sir, workers unloading the shipment of food from New London noticed that it's quite a bit smaller than expected. The news is of course already all over the outpost, causing much anxiety and anger among our people. Let's hope it's just a mistake and not a sign of some trouble at home. I see. So, New London is sending us less food. There was another thump. There we go. We're sorry to inform you that due to circumstances beyond our control, your food supply will be reduced until further notice. We assure you that the shipments will return to the agreed size as soon as possible. We hope this inconvenience will not impede your progress. We expect you to keep the shipments on schedule. Keep up the good work. Understood. Favor is only average. There we go, we got our braziers. Let's start building some of those. Is that actually not reaching that first row of houses? Really? Yeah. Huh. That's super bad. This just doesn't have the range I hoped it would. Because from here, sort of in the middle, we aren't hitting that bottom right tent or the left 2 tents. I have to go all the way down here to get that bottom right tent, and then down to here to get the left tent. So if I built a couple of braziers, I could hit everything, like there and there. That's a lot, but I need to keep people warm. That's awkward. I think no matter where I put it, at least 3 tents get left out with a single brazier. Because that hits all of the bottom ones, but misses those top 3 tents. That misses the top 3 and the left one. That misses the left 2 and the bottom right. And then that misses the bottom 4. That one's really bad. Yeah, tents just don't have the range I hope they, or the braziers don't have the range I hope they would. So we'll put one there. If we extended that road out a little bit farther, what could I do? So this one is going to get all of those. So I need this to cover. Yeah, that's so much overlap. So I guess I should have kept all the houses on a 2-ring, like a double width ring, rather than trying to go for 3. Although I could potentially, let's cancel some of this road up to where I'm building the brazier. I could potentially build a road between these houses and see if that gives me a better spot to place it. If I decide to put it there, hits all besides 2. And if I instead built a road here, sorry, I'm just fiddling with mechanics to see if I can find a better spot that doesn't use too many. That hits all of them besides 1. Okay. I think I'm going to go with that instead. And leave 1 house freezing. Not ideal, but there you go. As it stands, we got the braziers, so let's get heaters now, which will be even more coal consumption, and so let's build that coal mine as another place that we can employ people once we run out of other resources. Where's everyone working? We've got 10 people in that gathering post and 15 people gathering this coal from here. Probably when it gets cold, I'll move those 15 people off into other locations. Oh, and I need... I don't really need people making food. We've got 120 rations, so I can hold off for now. Alright, we've reached free time for the people working normal shifts, and now people have stopped working from the long shifts. Alright, and it looks like New London has sent us another shipment of food, but now it's down to 30. And 30 is definitely not enough for 90 people. We've reached the remnants of a building. Indeed, a large building stood here once. The size and number of chimneys suggests that it might have been an inn, but now their collapsed remains are all that stands amongst the snow and ice. Before the frost, we'd love to eat here. Before the frost, there was probably a road here that led from the bay to the plains, and it must have been frequented since there was an inn beside here. The place was undoubtedly nice, at the feet of the mountains with a view of the sea on the horizon. That's all we can guess from the ruins sticking out from under the ice. We'll take the resources and move on to Forgotten Fishery. Might be some food. So we are currently going through a bit of coal. 72 coal per day to heat up these tents. And yeah, this one is left out. But hopefully by heating up the tents, we have 2 amputated people. Wow. Hopefully by heating up the tents, we will slowly deal with our cold situation. We've got heaters going now. We could go bunkhouses, but we don't have the wood income to really justify that. We'll go directly to drafting machines. That'll allow us an infirmary, because we've got steam cores coming in. I could send off another shipment. Oh, never mind. We need more steel before I could send off another shipment. Oh, and you guys, it is now cold, so stop working there. And instead, sawmill? What's our resource gain on coal? We are using 72 a day, which apparently we are getting 79 a day from this. Well, that won't last too much longer, but at the moment, I don't think we need to worry about it. So yeah, we'll have 10 of you go to the sawmill and 5 of you work at the coal mine. And turn on heaters wherever the buildings are cold. So this desperately needs a heater. Yeah, I need to reduce how many people are working in cold areas. That's the problem. We've got sick growing because people are just too cold. Oh, and I need to pull back some people to work on our food, because we're getting low on rations. Alright, the food supplies came in from New London, and we finished up those wood crates. Long hours of toil. Sir, our people are worn out. Some of them have been working on extended shifts for days on end. Their effort is taking its toll, and they're becoming restless. They deserve a break. No. I can't do that. Sorry. Have you seen the situation we're in? We can send another shipment to New London. Which I suppose, being the good outpost we are, we will do that. Oh, favor is high. Let's use that up first. Raw food, more people, those will exhaust it. We don't really need wood or coal at the moment. I know long-term stockpiling wood would be beneficial. Let's try asking for food and see if they are willing to help. Your request is granted, but keep in mind that this will take a lot of effort on our part. Thank you. So they're sending us an additional 20 food. Thanks, guys. But in return, we'll send you some steel and steam cores. Alright, we've researched the drafting machines, and this gathering post is now empty. There's nothing left to gather. So we'll move you guys off onto the steam core, or the coal mine, rather. Yeah, and more research. So we can now get an infirmary. We'll have to get some more steam cores to pull it off, but getting our people healed will be super critical, because we're not keeping up with our health issues. Freight elevator allows us to use a freight elevator in the army warehouse, raising output by another 15%. That's cool. Factory is just for prosthetics in this scenario, which we'll need eventually. Efficient burners means that we'll use less coal. Improved heaters means we'll raise the heat by more, which is important because right now, even with the heater on, we're still chilly, and we've got 20 people working there in a chilly environment. But it'll use more coal. I think for the moment, I really want an infirmary. So we'll go there. Then I can deconstruct both of these medical posts and just build an infirmary. Alright. We have run out of raw food. We've got some coming tomorrow from New London. And yeah, we should be quickly stocking up on coal. We are not. Coal mine is getting 144 per day, and we are using 164 per day. That's bad news. We'll deal with that eventually. This sheltered cove was a convenient place for fishing once, until the seas froze and a thick snow cap buried everything. Strong winds blew the snow away, revealing remains of fishermen's huts. Remains of fishermen's huts and tents are scattered amongst the ice. The wood is crushed to splinters. It won't be of any use to us. Let's grab a little bit of wooden food, and we found the observatory ruins. We're slowly getting through, people. Yeah, I kept my promise. You help the sick. They and their families are grateful. I am awesome. Best outpost leader ever. So our shipment just reached New London. That's good. And you guys are getting steel again. I actually would rather you work on steam cores, so we've got one ready for when the infirmary is researched.
To work. Let's get this shipment ready.
Infirmary has been researched. We don't actually have the steam core yet. Coal mine optimization, because we are running low on coal. Probably a good plan. Or more efficient burners. We only have one burner going right now. Making it slightly more efficient when I think it's... Well, it's using 72 coal per day. Dropping that by a third. Here's why I try and do math on stream, which is a terrible call. Man, I'm not going to do math on stream. That's like 20 some odd coal that we would be saving per burner. How much are we over? We're only over by 4. That would actually be enough to save us, or I could just gather more coal. Which I think gathering more coal is going to be better in the long run. Alright. Observatory ruins. Close up, it turns out that the building is not in such good condition as it seemed. The walls are partially collapsed, the dome structure is damaged, and part of it fell inside. The roof dome collapsed a long time ago, probably under the weight of snow, allowing the Arctic climate to complete the work of destruction. The Great Storm took the rest. There's nothing here for us. We'll take the resources. And we can move on to Nansen Stormwatch as the last place left to explore that we know about. We'll build another resource depot for storing our coal. Oh, we have our... So that wouldn't have fit here anyway, even if we wanted to, because of the cliff. So maybe tuck it back here? Sure. Or there. I like that better. So that'll be our infirmary. What was I saying before I suddenly got sidetracked? Don't remember. Oh yeah, resource depot, because... Or depot. Because we are getting towards the maximum coal, and I would rather stockpile it if possible.
Shift's over, people. Enjoy your free time.
New London. Outpost 11, we have bad news for you. The rules governing your shipments are changed. From now on, food supplies will be sent only after you dispatch a shipment of steel and steam cores our way. We regret the necessity of taking such drastic measures, but they were deemed essential to facilitate timely deliveries of critical supplies. Understood? You're not going to just give us food. We now have to somehow get 100 steel and 2 steam cores every day to get our dwindling food supplies. Thanks, guys. Glad we're all on the same team. Yeah, math. Math is something I can do, but doing it on stream makes it harder because I don't want to embarrass myself. I think we need freight elevators because clearly we need to get more steel and steam cores coming in. Better heating would be good. Bunkhouses could be good, but we are on a timer for food. So let's keep the steel and steam cores coming in. Outpost administration, we must act. Sir, our people are angry and anxious about the food situation. A group of experienced explorers is here to talk to you about a solution. By cutting our food supply, New London has shown that we can't rely on them. We need to have another source of food. Fortunately, our scouts reported signs of recent human presence to the south. Send them to investigate. This might be our lucky break. Let's hope so. So, we now have an additional spot to explore. The Natural Terrace. We'll still go to Nansen's Stormwatch and then head back to Outpost 11 to drop off our supplies. But maybe there's another source of food. Okay. We've got our infirmary built, so we'll pull people out of there, send our engineers to work the infirmary, and all the patients will have to slowly stagger their way through the cold to get to the infirmary. Aren't we nice people? I won't deconstruct those yet. They could still have a purpose if we get more engineers at some point. Let's set you up for coal. There we go. Plenty of storage for wood and coal. And the temperature is rising. With those warmer temperatures, I'm going to pull people off. You guys can keep working for now on what food we have. But I'm going to try and work our way through this coal pile. Alright, that's all of the raw food we had, so you guys can also head over there and work on that coal pile. Because I don't want to build a gathering post just for that little bit of coal. So I'm having them work while the weather is relatively nice. Long hours of toil, I'm still not going to address that. You guys are just going to have to get used to long hours. Alright, freight elevator research has been done, so now we'll be getting in more resources from the warehouse. More scouts could be nice. I don't know if it's needed at the moment, but sometime. I think efficient burners. Oh, we need more steel. Alright. You switch over to steel, because clearly I've run out. Is there anything I can start on that doesn't require steel? More scouts. I'll want that eventually. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff. Mixed crews could also be useful. Bunkhouses is something I'm going to want at some point. Yeah. We'll go with bunkhouses. Do you guys like us yet? Average. Because I'd like to put a bunkhouse there while that's very cold. And we are getting positive coal now? Yeah. Between the coal pile and then the coal mine. We're only using 96 coal per day. Oh, I definitely should have... On this day that was warm all the way through, I should have turned off all the various heaters scattered about. Namely, you guys... I mean, I guess everyone's done working for the day, so none of those heaters are actually on. That was a mistake. With the temperature up, I should have turned off all those heaters. But we've gotten through basically all of our sick, which is super cool. Nansen's Stormwatch. Sturdily built Nansen's Stormwatch survived the storm and rises proudly over the snow. It was here that we have seen the last traces of the fearless polar explorer. Its walls are free of ice. Someone must be inside. Inside, we find a group of people huddled by a big stove. They say that they were rescued by Nansen from a whaling ship trapped in the ice right before the Great Storm. The great explorer brought them here and ventured further north to study the changes brought to the world by the Great Storm. They survived thanks to the store of fuel and rations found nearby, which is now running out. We need to head back to try and find that food source that was mentioned. So I'm going to decide their fate later again, because we still don't have an actual food source. I could move on to Windy Beach, or I can head back towards finding food. And I think I'm going to head back towards finding food, because that is going to be critical. We can't trust New London, clearly. You guys, I'm going to want to stop as soon as the temperature rises. Or falls, rather. There we go. So you guys get out of there and head to work here. Oh, even with the heater on, you're still cold. That is super bad news. Everywhere is cold. That's really bad news. Not much I can do about it, though. Bunkhouse research. What was I wanting before I found out I didn't have enough steel? Was it efficient burners, maybe? But I think I need improved heaters. But that's going to run into a problem of us not having enough coal to keep it running. No, even still, 264 coal, we're only using 116. That's not bad. And can I build a single bunkhouse for the people here that aren't covered by the heater? Yes. And there is an argument to be made for turning off the brazier during the day because no one should be at home. Outpost 11, you still haven't dispatched the steel and steam core shipment to us. Our patience is wearing thin. You are hereby reminded of the need to put more effort into fulfilling your duty. Understood. We need a bit more steel. And then we will send it to you. And so they are now going to send us another shipment of 30 food. Yeah, because we are almost out of food. Scouts returned to the city safely, so they brought a tiny bit more food and some wood and steel. Okay. You guys, immediately head down here. Let's see if we can find a food source. Alright. We'll turn the heater back on. We've finished researching improved heaters, which is going to cause our coal usage to go up. High efficiency upgrade would be nice to make the heaters use less coal. More scouts we'll need soon, probably. More coal. Might be smarter just to go down to the next tier. We'll do that. Hopefully we can get this house built before we get too late into the night. There we go. So now hopefully they are also warm. Chilly. Good enough. Alright, we got our food shipment of 30 food that came in. Which is very much not enough for 90 people. That 33 food will feed 66 people, and then we will be starving. Temperatures drop down to 30, which is still too cold to realistically go out here and work. Is it warm enough that I can turn down some heaters? Yeah. Oh, those heaters are already off. I'm fine with chilly, except for you. You've got like half of our workforce working there, so I want to keep that warm. That's not a crazy coal usage for that many people. Alright. Long hours of toil, don't care. And we've got our next tech level. So we can get the heater efficiency, which would be really good. Improved blowers allows us to raise the temperature around a brazier by 2 levels. Could be good. Radio extensions raises the range, which is useful, then I would cover the whole area. More scouts I'm still ignoring. Steam coal mine could be really good. Warehouse insulation would also help because our warehouse is really cold. Conferring mechanization just uses less engineers, which means I could pull engineers off to make another workshop for more tech. Has value. I want to get the steam coal mine, but coal isn't currently a major issue for us. It will be soon. But we have enough coal that I think we can make it through here when we drop down to -40. It will rise back up to -20 for a day, then drop down to 30. We're going to be in sort of hovering around this current temperature for a while. I don't think I need to freak out too much over coal or insulation. So if that's the case, what is useful outside of those? Could get wood coming in faster, but that's a short-term solution. I'd rather get more scouts. Pretty soon that's going to be needed. Alright, work shift is ending. Let's get you guys working back on steam cores. We have plenty of steel. Our scouts are getting closer to that next site that might be close to more food. Natural terrace. The mountain terrace slopes gently towards the valley below. The view is promising. The valley seems cozy by Frostland standards and invites us to descend into it. There's nothing remarkable in the terrace itself. There's no resources, but we see a secluded valley, so we'll carry on towards this secluded valley. Hey, is there a mod on that could ban that? Another day, another shift. Well, that's life. The cold is coming. Temperature-wise, you are now too cold to work. You've already got your heater on. And no one should be working here because we don't have any food. And New London isn't going to be sending us more food until we get a whole nother shipment of steam cores. But their favor is high. Hey. How do you feel about sending us more raw food? No, we can't afford it. Well, thanks. Is your favor still high? Yeah. Okay. Could you send us... I assume they can't send us people and we can't feed them. Wood or coal? We'll go with wood. Since your favor is high, I don't want to waste it. No, communicate. Can you send us some wood? Your request is granted, but keep in mind it will take a lot of effort by our people. That is totally fine. So you're going to be sending us 50 more wood. Great. Alright, we've got the more scouts researched. Do I want to send those scouts out right now? Maybe. I have people to spare. Kind of. Yeah, why not? We'll put out another scout team. You guys can go check out what's at this windy beach. And we will continue here. Almost didn't choose a new research. That would have been a problem. Lighter scout sleds to make our scouts even faster. Could be good. What's using up most of our coal? Is it the burners or the heaters? It's actually the braziers. Interesting. So if I can make those more efficient, that would be good. Or just bring in a lot more coal. Tempting, tempting. Lighter scout sleds has an immediate use. We'll go there. I'd have to build more depots. Although one could argue that I should just turn this one off of wood and put it onto coal right now, because we just don't have a stockpile of wood at the moment. And probably won't for a while. Okay. We have enough supplies to send another shipment off to New London. No, I didn't mean to talk to you. So we've got some food coming in finally, which is good because we've got 17 hungry people. Not yet starving. Yeah. Secluded Valley. This valley seems to have its own microclimate. It's less cold and the waterfall, although frozen, appears to have been flowing relatively recently. People are here. Going further in the valley, we find the remains of a grove. A large number of stumps is all that's left of it. Someone cut it down, and not too long ago, we found some fresh chips under the snow. Let's take the resources, and we found a hot springs. Let's check out the hot springs. People are hungry. Captain, some of our people are here to talk about the lack of food. They've been hungry for days now, and they fear they'll soon begin to starve. They want you to do something. I can't make promises, guys. We have no means of food. I mean, we'll get 30 food in, which will feed 60 people, and if the food all went to these 16 hungry people, we'd be great. But people in Frostpunk are selfish, and everyone just eats as they can. And I can't guarantee the hungry people would get fed. Let's get to work. We can't let up now. Yeah. We can keep going like this for a while, I'd say. Good. Keep going. Yep, we'll do more efficient burners. Okay. New London counts on us. Yes, they do. Hot Springs, a small settlement built under the cover of rocks in which several dozen people live. It consists of several sturdy buildings and 2 large greenhouses heated by hot springs. Raw food. Amazingly, people live here, and not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life, clinging to a few hot springs, was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town which survived with the help of another city. They set up the hothouses here and planted the seeds, as they say, to pass the gift of life. They gave us some food as a gesture of goodwill, and are eager to trade more in exchange for help with expanding their settlement. Terrific! 38 raw food, and we now have a settlement we found. Alright, you guys. Head back to our outpost with that food. It is critical. Trade with hot springs. Now that we found a promising food source, we should form a construction team unit in the transport depot and send them to the hot springs to build a permanent trading depot. I agree. So, to build a construction team, we need 10 free workers, a bunch of wood and steel. I will find 10 free workers. You guys. Head on out. I guess go here? Yes. So you head to the hot springs to set up a trading depot. Yeah, long hours of toil. I'm still not going to address that. Oh, I need to get some people. Where are all of our people? Wow. One engineer. Go cook some food. Efficient burners, good. Efficient heaters, I need more steel. For any of that. Alright. Can do mixed crews. Yeah, we'll go with mixed crews. It's something I'll want eventually, maybe. So we just don't have steel at the moment. Oh, this can't work because it's too cold, so let's just use a bit more coal. Luckily, the temperature is going to rise tomorrow. There was a thump. Thought? Maybe not. Oh, yeah. They got to the windy beach. It turns out that there is no city in the hole. Part of the ice and snow covered beach was carried away by winds of extreme force which exposed bare rock underlying it. Fool's gold. This is just a depression reaching all the way to the bare rock created by violent winds. One of the more striking testaments of the power of nature's force unleashed in the passage of the great storm. Let's carry on. Do you have any supplies on you? I'm always nervous about going to Tesla City because I know in the first scenario, scouts can die at Tesla City. I don't know if that's the case in this one. We'll find out together. But I don't want to send people that have a ton of supplies on them just in case. Alright. Our construction team has made it to the hot springs, so let's build a trading depot. There we go. Unfortunately, those people are now gone. They've merged with the population here at the hot springs. Food autonomy. Sir, our people rejoice at the news of the food deal with the hot springs. We might still have to somehow return the favor, but we'll do it on our own terms. Good. Hello, your people did a great job setting up the trading depot so quickly. Now we can start helping each other. We are sending you our surplus food, and we can give you more if you provide us with resources necessary to expand our settlement. We'd be grateful if you could also assist us with improving our housing and healthcare. One more thing. Abos 11 greetings. What is it you wanted to talk about? We have some problems. Can you help us? How can we assist you? Tell us what you need. We need food. So, for them, asking for food will cause favor to fall rather than fall greatly. We can do the same for wood and steel. We want food. You ask a lot, but we agree. We hope you'll remember about it when we need help. Thank you. So they're sending 2 food shipments, both for 60 and 30 food. Nice. That'll keep us going for a little while. We have actual starvation going on. So starving people will start eating the raw food if they're starving for too long. Scouts return to the city. Great. Where do we have left to explore? We could have you grab some of these people, now that we have an ongoing food source. And I think I'll do just that. Yeah. I need people here right away to cook some food. Is our coal situation bad since I took people off? No. And temperatures are rising. So we'll pull you guys off, send you there. Actually, we'll pull out the engineer, put him back in the infirmary, because we have a lot of sick, and put you to longer hours. So at 6 o'clock, you will start cooking right away. Temperature is rising. That's great. You guys keep working on this coal pile. I want it gone. And hopefully we can get some of our people fed. Alright, you are out of stuff to work on, so you can also go over here to work on that pile. You are digging up 11 per hour. There's 134 there. Maybe I'll get to it today. Hopefully. Mixed crews researched. Good. Steam coal mine could be great. feel like there was something I was wanting to get. I think it was this. Still not enough steel. Am I getting... Yeah, I'm just getting the steam cores. So grab a steel. I doubt there's anything I can get with just 5 steel. That's a thing. Probably the only thing I can research at the moment. So yeah, go that route. Tesla City. Yes, Tesla City once stood here, the testament of technology, human pride, and the power of nature, written in silence and stillness. The city, founded by a genius inventor, once protected by some kind of electric dome, fell into complete ruin. The most valuable resources were taken out before the Great Storm, and now only packs of hungry rats roam the street. It may be worth searching the place again, but we must watch out not just for rats, but anything really. The place looks dangerous. Let's search it. There's some good resources in there, but there's a risk of our people dying. We got lucky. We survived and found some valuable resources. Nice. Let's move on to Mirror Lake. So if we go over here, we can communicate with Hot Springs. Their favor's low because we just asked them for supplies. Hey, their favor's high. Hey, New London? Do you feel like giving us more food now? No. Well... How about more wood? Thank you. Now they're average, they're low, but let's communicate with them. I was going to ask what they need help with, but never mind. Maybe they're annoyed at us. How are you guys getting on? Nearly done with it. We commend you for finding another settlement and making initial contact with the representative. Their crops will provide a very timely aid to our food security. However, we have to remind you that all external connections and food distribution network are to be handled directly from New London. Immediately cease contact with the hot springs and hand over the raw food you received. This is outrageous. We're starting to get a little annoyed at New London. Down goes the flag. Bloody bastards! Enough is enough! No more masters! People had enough. Sir, people are rioting. They refuse to follow orders from New London. No more masters, chants the mob. Enough is enough. A miner waves her mattock in the air. Bloody bastards, she shouts. They treat us like dirt, abuse our kids, and now they want us to just give up our only hope for survival? No way. People have dragged the office workers from the outpost administration to kick them out of the outpost as they stand. Should we intervene to let the clerks prepare for the journey to New London? So we can either no, send them back as they stand and just throw them out, or yes, tell our people to back down. That'll give them time to prepare for the journey back to New London. Either way, we are kicking out the administration. Well, we'll be nice. They can pack up their things first. That'll teach them to respect people. How could they demand this from us? Wow, my screen turned. That was weird. Thumb? There we go. You treacherous scum. Your outpost is officially disbanded, and you will all be tried for treason upon your return. You have 3 weeks to convince us that you've changed your ways and wish to remain loyal citizens of New London. After that, you'll be hauled back in manacles, and may God have mercy on your soul. This was New London speaking, over and out. Bullocks! And we have now committed treason against New London. Outpost administration seek help in Frostland. With the communications cut, there's no way for us to walk back from the brink. Even if our people cool down and have second thoughts about the whole independence declaration, we can only prepare to confront what we must assume will be punitive expedition coming from New London. For this, we will need much more manpower and resources than we have, so let's try and find more people in Frostland. Maybe there are other settlements like Hot Springs. It's also worth asking them for help. I see. Well, no, difficult times. Harsh words were said, reckless decisions were made, but we can't turn back time. We should now focus on searching Frostland in hopes of finding other in hope for... I can't talk. We should now focus on searching Frostland in hopes of finding our other people out there. Alone, we have no chance against New London. Other than that, we just have to wait for their move. Okay. Nicely, we still have the wood that New London just sent us, so that's convenient. Well, do you guys want to talk yet? We need help against New London. I'm sorry to hear that we were the cause of your clash with New London. If you help us, we might be able to support you later in your struggle. We'd be grateful if you could help us with setting up basic healthcare and building bunkhouses. We lack manpower and resources to do this by ourselves, and we dread that we won't survive another storm. Well, think about it. How can we help you? Same thing. Never mind. Farewell. Let's see. Our scouts have reached the crumbling hut. The building, once heavily damaged, has been repaired to provide some protection against the weather. Smoke is billowing from its makeshift chimney. So, these are the people we found before. We will escort them to our outpost. And you'll see we found a few new spots to look at. So we'll have to send out scouts in some of those directions. Let's see. So we now have a reasonable amount of food, and we can just directly trade with Hot Springs. So if we send them 30 wood and 50 steel, they will send us 20 raw food, and we can do that as often as we like. We can also send them some basic supplies for different things. Build them basic dwellings by sending some wood and steel. They'll send us 30 food in return. A steam core and some wood and steel to help them repair their pumps. And they'll send us 30 food in return. And as we do that, we are helping build up the various improvements that they need. So being the great people we are, and we have a reasonable amount of wood, not a ton of steel, but hopefully we'll start getting that in. Let's help them build some dwellings. Because 30 food is better than 20 food for just the basic, what we can give them. Favor is low. Shocking. Yeah, so here's some basic dwellings. We'll send them some supplies en route to build that. How are you guys doing? Still not quite done. Okay, we got that research. Is that enough steel that we can actually research something useful? Yes. Heater efficiency is what I was wanting to reduce the cost by a coal. Because currently our heaters are running at 2 coal per hour. We can drop it back to 1 coal. Which I am thinking is the direction I want to go. No. Getting a lot more coal coming in, I think, is the better way to go. Oh, these guys didn't quite finish. Alright, let's pull you all off and put you back on the coal mine because temperatures are dropping again. That is a shame. Alright, although we found warm springs on Frostlands previously, this time we have sadly deluded ourselves. Sunlight is reflected on the surface of the ice, probably due to the temperature gradient in the air. There's nothing here. It's just a mirage. Carry on. Let's look at the victim's colony. Oh, that's... okay. Thought my construction team was still around somewhere. We do have some food. I need to get some people cooking it. Unfortunately, because we have the 2 sets of scouts out right now, plus we have the 10 people we sent off to help with construction, we are down a lot of people, and so things are getting a bit tighter. Alright, scouts have returned safely to the city with a bunch of new people. That is fantastic. Could do the same with these people. But instead, I want to start heading to some of these new locations in the hopes that they lead to other settlements. We'll go here like normal to cut down the travel distance. So 11 hours to here, and then that should drop this a little bit. Actually, that's pretty far out of the way. It might be about the same just to go directly. Outpost administration. Are we free? Now that New London no longer controls our affairs, many of our people say that they feel free for the first time in their lives. True, we lost their guidance and support, but we gained independence. We don't have to do their bidding, ask permission to cook soup. We can pass our own laws and decide what to do. There's a petition to change the name of our settlement, since we're no longer an outpost. Should we do it? Yeah. Let's do it. North Wolverhampton. Frostburg. I like that name. We'll be Frostburg. And we can now sign our own laws. Now that food isn't going to be as critical, I don't think we need to go immediately towards soup or food additives. We could sign child labor or child shelter. Always a good option. Public house to lower discontent is also good. I don't think we need the cemetery yet. I'm gonna go child shelters and then head towards engineer apprentices as usual. Oh, we have a lot of homeless, which we should deal with. I'm gonna keep building in this general area, and then we can research the larger range and just put down a single brazier. Move it to somewhere more central again, and then just put down that single brazier. I think that'll be a smart choice. Temperature is falling. So these houses are going to be actually cold. No, just chilly. Everything's still generally pretty toasty. We're only at minus 30, which I guess makes sense. Victims Colony. This is definitely the former exile colony. It seems that it has some new inhabitants. A burden too great. When we approach the palisade, we notice the gate is ajar. We enter cautiously and see ourselves surrounded by silhouettes of people wandering aimlessly among the settlement's buildings. They react to our presence only when we try and talk to them. It seems that these people have lost everyone and everything in the Great Storm, even the will to live. We can try to move them to our outpost, but even if they agree, we'll have to escort them. Well, we should at least offer to escort them rather than just leaving them to die. This isn't one that we can just leave and come back to. So, either we escort them or they die here. Some survivors, but unfortunately not all, saw the sense when we proposed to move them to our outpost. Maybe they can recover over time. They packed their meager belongings and set off with us. Alright. We do have a bunch of unemployed because of that influx of people. We'll build a couple of workshops because I think some of them were engineers. Yeah, we have 11 unemployed engineers. So let's get some tech coming in quicker. Always a good thing. One could argue building another infirmary could be good, but right now we aren't needing it. We have a bunch of unemployed workers. So you guys... yeah, go here, finish off the last of that coal. I know it's cold, I'm sorry. A little bit, not majorly so. And the rest of you start working the sawmill. When the workshops are built, I'll move the engineers back over there. Long hours of toil, don't care. Your discontent is perfectly fine, so I am not gonna bother with changing things. Alright, so now that we have even more housing, we need the radiator extensions to make the braziers extend their range. And we should be able to get tons of coal coming in. Steam coal mine, go. Cold homes, no, we've got a temperature drop coming soon, so no. We don't have enough wood, although the sawmill should help with that. Alright, this coal pile is finally taken care of. So we will pull the engineers off, put the workers on. Engineers can help in here. Yeah. Put those also onto long hours because I'm a monster. We still have 1 engineer and 7 workers put somewhere, and we've gathered up all of the loose resources finally. So I guess I can just have them build another sawmill, maybe over here. Gets in the way of where I would build another house at the moment, but that's fine, I suppose. It'll be torn down eventually. How warm is this? Chilly even with the heater on? It's not great. We can sign a new law. Forgot that's a thing that we do. Engineer apprentices. Let's keep our kids working. Oh, I have to build that child shelter anyway. Which needs wood that I don't have. Ugh. We gotta get this wood coming in. Hey, do you guys like us yet? Average. I could use some wood coming in. Food's not an issue as much anymore. Pull you guys out of there. Start working on the sawmill. Those 140 rations will last us a little over a day with these people. We do have a bunch more people coming, so maybe not. Radiator extensions, I will look into that in a moment. Heater efficiency is something I was talking about. I need more wood. Problem is, all this research is going to take wood. Yeah. Building better houses will take wood. Sawmill upgrade will bring in more wood and only take steel. So we'll go that route. So I could send them some supplies to get a bit more food coming in. I probably should pass a law for soup, because the food that's coming in is just still not quite fast enough. We have got their settlement up to level 1, which is nice from sending them stuff. Oh yeah, the child shelter. I need that so that they don't get really annoyed at me for not getting them a child shelter. We will tuck that off to the side. And then the children will be helping out with our engineers to research a little bit faster. High pass. As we had hoped, we found a pass leading safely to the other side. There's also a sheltered place here where we could rest for a while. Apparently, not only we found this pass to be a convenient way over the mountains, bonfire remains and other evidence attest that people camped here, however they all seem old. Color of the dead. Not sure about that word, but we will head in that direction. It's not a word that's part of my normal vocabulary. Oh yeah, we are going to look at steam cores, or extended brazier, so we can see it covers a lot more range now. Unfortunately, I can't see exactly what the range is. Let's turn that off, so then... Nope, it still is showing the range there. Okay, sorry you guys are all freezing, I'm a monster, it's fine. Okay, that is what's needed to hit all of the tents. I could either go here, and we get a bit more on the back row, or here. Now, either way, this gets a tiny bit on that top side. I think that'll be a better choice. So let's build that there. Turn this back on until it's finished building. And then we'll tear this one down. Okay. Our scouts made it back to Frostburg with the people they found. So let's head... Shattered Dreadnought? Good station. I don't know. Ice Caverns? Let's go out here because I can cut the distance by far. At some point I want to pick up these people too, but I don't think our food situation is quite good enough yet. There we go. So we'll tear this one down. Now we've got all of these homes being heated, which means one lucky person is in a nice toasty home by themselves. Sawmill upgrade is done. Do we have... Yeah, we have some wood. So... What do I want? Army warehouse installation would be good because I desperately want to keep those people healthy because there's a ton of them. Improved blowers so I don't have to build houses. Could be good. What's our coal situation? Still fantastic. So I can keep improving all of that stuff. Alright. Tempted on the insulation. But I think I'm going to go with making our heaters better. Oh yeah, that's efficiency. We don't need that at the moment because we have lots of coal. So let's see. Yeah, this one's lucky enough to be in a comfortable home right now. Children cared for. The child shelter is ready and children are safe inside. People can work without worrying that something will happen to their kids. Hope rises. So, children go to the child shelter, but then I think they immediately head off to help the engineers and they don't actually stay. Yeah, the children don't actually stay in the shelter. They just immediately go to the workshops. So the shelter isn't actually used. I think that's how that works. Can we get more food from you? Favor is high. Actually, I think wood. Can you... Food workers. But I need wood. Well, I guess send us some food. Thanks. So then their favor is back to average. And... we could send them some people, along with some wood and some steel. We'll do both. There we go. No, I don't need to communicate, sorry. We have 23 unemployed people. Why do I have so many? That is too many, and I don't have jobs for you. Okay. I mean, I can have some of them permanently on a... Is there another spot for coal? I don't think so. And I can't fit more of them into here. So it's times like these where I wish we had the law system that was in the last autumn, where I could set up a 24-hour shift here, but just say, hey, send another 20 people in that just works the other shift. And that's just not an option. So I'll put down another sawmill back here. And we can put some people there. I might end up putting down a thumper just to employ people. Seems weird. Because coal is doing great at the moment. And given that... yeah, that's just coal gain from the coal mine. So maybe I should start putting down some more of these braziers in places that people are working, just to keep people nice and toasty. so I don't worry about all this sick coming in. Unfortunately, you can't use a brazier on this. I don't know why. I could put a temporary one here for these people. Single brazier is using how much coal at this point? 96 per day. Although I could shorten the range on it. Yeah, when that one's built. So you will be set to normal working hours. And I think you do need the larger range setting. I can't change the range settings while the brazier is off. That's weird. You will have the smaller range setting and be set to... Are you... Yeah, normal work hours. And then you... If I put you down to range setting 1, do you still hit everything important? No. Range setting 2, and extended work hours. It means that the infirmary will not be being heated during nighttime, but we can see that doesn't matter at the moment. Probably doesn't matter in general. Why do I have so many sick? Everyone's in... Oh. Everyone... That's really cold. But everyone else is working in nice, warm locations. Why are you so cold? Alright. You made it to the Calor of the Dead. As we get closer, it turns out that these are not rocks, but huge rusted cages. They are frozen. There are frozen bodies inside, and some lie around the cages as well. These people were killed some time ago. The frozen bodies have been partially scavenged by animals. They lie scattered without any semblance of order or respect. No respect for masters. If we had any doubts whether the bodies were thrown here deliberately, a sign at the entrance to the gully dispels them. No man will have rule over others for all time. Convicts of Frostland. These are probably bodies of the overseers who guarded convicts working on Frostland, and these cages were used to transport convicts from place to place. We'll take the resources and then move on to Shipwreck Camp. You guys made it to the Windy Beach. Move on to the Shattered Dreadnought. Oh, I have 20 homeless. That's probably why people keep getting sick. I am super smart. Let's see. You're in range of the heater, and you are. And that will be... We'll just build it now. A little bit of pre-proofing on housing is fine. Yeah. Hopefully the infirmary can get through people pretty quickly. Yeah, a couple of hours each. That's perfectly fine. Your people want to build a medical post in our settlement. It's not necessary in our opinion. We have our ways of healing. The aura of the springs is a cure in itself. We don't trust engineers in their mechanical ways of thinking, and we'd rather not have them around. You can help us in many other ways. We can either say, we need it, and we can then build a medical post, but they'll be displeased, or as you wish, and they'll be pleased, but the discontent of our own people will rise. Our discontent is still fine, so as you wish, a little bit of discontent, not a major issue.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
Alright. Temperature-wise, where are we at now? Tents are getting cold. All of these locations are super toasty. Can you turn off your heater? You're chilly then. Chilly's probably fine. Yeah, we've got the improved blowers now. That probably gets turned on automatically everywhere. Because that was the higher temperature. We'll grab the insulation because our warehouse is getting colder and colder. And I can't put a blower at it. Or a brazier. So more insulation, please. because even with people working here and the heater on, it is still chilly. Alright, that's all of our tents built. Let's get some people working to make food. And get some people here gathering resources. We still have 8 more unemployed. Maybe I should sign for a pub. Yeah. Once I can. The fever. Sir, a fever is spreading among our people in Hot Springs, but the locals refuse to treat them in medical posts. They say that the fever is merely a consequence of our unnatural lifestyle and offer some herbal remedies. We could threaten these nuts to make them listen to reason or hope the outbreak will end on its own. I can make them behave, then Hot Springs' favor will be exhausted and they will be displeased, or let's hope it will pass. Discontent will rise again and Hot Springs will be pleased. Let's hope it will pass. I'm trying to keep our relation high and also build favor. Let's see. We could give them another steam core, a bit more wood and steel. It'll allow the locals to expand food production. I don't know if that actually means that they'll be giving us more food each time, but they'll give us 30 more food. So we should do that just to keep food coming in. Yeah. Meanwhile, it might be nice to... No, we still have 2 more steam cores. We don't need to switch over to steam cores yet. Alright, shipwreck camp. We reached the settlement built around the shipwreck. We guessed that before the arrival of Frost, there must have been a sea here. The settlement is populous, but its inhabitants meet us with distrust, even hostility. No kings, only men. Convicts were widely used on the Frostland to build generators. Deceived by false promises of amnesty and return home, most of them were worked to death, carried on prison ships from one construction site to another. Some of them have rebelled, and those we met here were successful. They killed their guards, took over the ship, and set up their own settlement away from London's power. The whole of the ship, heated by steam boilers, protected them from the great storm. Hearing that we too have rebelled against our masters, they seem to warm up to us. That's great news. We need to send a construction team out there. In the meantime, let's send our scouts moving here. You guys. Shattered Dreadnought. All we found are pieces of metal trapped in a thick layer of ice. It looks like some terrible force shattered a large metal structure here. USS Prometheus. Between the scattered elements of the ship's structure, we find an engraved nameplate of USS Prometheus. So this is all that remains of one of the dreadnoughts used to found Tesla City. The Great Storm has buried it under such thick layer of ice that we have no hope of uncovering it. Perhaps a spring thaw will allow us to get to it someday. Let's take what resources we can. Do I want to grab people? There's something to be said for it. I need to send out another construction crew. But I have a lot of people already. Let's go over here first. So let's head to the observatory ruins and go up there. Meanwhile, we need to make a construction crew from here. Yeah, okay. Which will need 10 workers that are free. Who do I have that's not doing anything useful? You guys. Alright. Let's build ourselves a construction crew and send them over here to Shipwreck Camp. So then we can set up a depot there and start trading with them. Can we at least talk to them? We cannot. Army warehouse installation has been researched. That is great. What do we need next? Heater efficiency. Don't really need much of this. I guess we could go on and need more wood. Could go infirmary mechanization to use less engineers. Don't really think I need that, though I could build a second infirmary and just staff it with the 10 engineers that we have, so 5 in each, and then have no problem with healing in the future. Because we have insane amounts of steel, I could build a factory just to get prosthetics for the couple of people that have them, or that need them, the 2 amputees. I think infirmary mechanization and then building a second infirmary might be a good way to go because I have so many sick. So we'll go there, build a second infirmary that is, I hope, within this heat range. How is that not within the heat range? Come on. Alright. I'm going to build it here anyway, and I'm hoping if I pull that back, which is a bit of wasted resources, but whatever. If I built a new one back here, maybe that would get it. Or I could go like here and then build an infirmary behind it. Maybe that's the route to go. So we'll tear that one down, build a new one here, and then I'll build another infirmary back here that better be within range. In the meantime, let's get a public house. So first, health infirmary, not within range. So if I built the pub here, because I don't care if that gets particularly cold, and then we build an infirmary, that is within range. Okay. What is this complaining about? Oh, just as being dismantled. Alright. Cold homes. I won't address this right now. Because again, we have a temperature drop coming. Plus, I think the homes are chilly. Okay. Do I need to turn these on to heating level 2? I do. There we go. The homes are now all nice and toasty. Yeah. So probably some of these I should change their heating level. You have no access to wood anymore. So we'll dismantle you and move you on to a sawmill over here. Yeah, we'll just go there. Because we got to keep getting wood in. The frozen sea. We stand at the edge of a field of ice waves stretching to the horizon. This must have been a seashore before the sea froze during a storm. The sight is truly amazing. We can see some shape rising above the waves on the horizon. A ghost ship. Let's carry on. There's nothing to do here. Go check out the ghost ship. We have our infirmary built. We need infirmary mechanization to be completed before we can send engineers there. Although we could pull off this single engineer, put a worker in there, and then put that single engineer there. Not the most useful. Alright, you guys go work there. And we've got everyone employed again. We'll pull that person off, put them on the sawmill, because we don't need a ton of people working in the cookhouse. When we get back to work shift, I'm going to see about heating and whether I need to raise the temperatures. So we've got infirmary mechanization, so we can move people into the second infirmary. Probably should research houses soon. Can I get this level now? No. I still need even more wood. Huh. Huh. Well, we'll research houses while I'm thinking about it. But I can't build them. I'd like to get house redesign before I build them anyway. That makes the houses that I build cheaper. Alright, what are you complaining about? It is too cold and no one is working there. I'm not going to build a new heater just for you, so probably just dismantle both of those. And we'll put engineers working in there, so we've got both of our infirmaries running. And our last engineer we'll put in the pub. Pub is a little cold, so we will use a heater, but it only runs for a couple of hours, so making the heater run during that time isn't going to bother me overly much. Shipwreck camp, build the trading depot. Alright. Hopefully they will contact us in a moment. Thanks to this trading depot you've built, we can help each other survive. One more thing. How can we help you? We lack some basic facilities and we need them badly. We'd be really grateful if you could assist us with establishing the basic healthcare and food production. We also need a better way to collect resources. We won't survive long without them. We'll think about it. I want to check. I wish from there we could see what their favor with us is. It's average. So I don't want to ask them for stuff too soon. But they will give us wood. So let's give them steel for sure. We've got plenty of that. And more steel. They'll give us 50 wood in return for each of these. That will be excellent. Then we could trade a bit of coal and a bit of rations for even more wood. So let's just do that. Just send a bunch of shipments toward them. These guys, we could trade for more food. I don't think that's as critical at the moment. So we made it to the observatory ruins. Let's move on to the goods station. So those are torn down. A note of thanks. We just want to thank you. Back in London, it was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world that you're creating, we can see things will be different. It was the right thing to do. And I can sign another law. Moonshine. Keep our people even happier. Don't yet need any of that. We could make our way down to prosthetics. We don't have the purpose law tree. I don't remember if that gets unlocked in this scenario or not. But we could go extra rations for the ill, just to be extra nice. I don't think we need overcrowding. So extra rations for the ill, which I rarely use, you just throw food at people and they heal quicker. Or care homes, which leads us down to prosthetics. Care homes I don't think I desperately need either. But it's a thing I could sign. But then I'd have to build one. Could go cemetery just to make people have more hope for if someone dies, and then head down to ceremonial funerals just to have a lot of sign. But I think I'll go care house. I have to build it, but then I can go down to prosthetics, which is useful. Not overly so, but a little bit. So if I wanted to build a care home, is that within the heating zone? Of course it isn't. What if I rotated it? Still no. Could tuck it back here. It fits nicely in the heated zone, and it kind of fits with the medical theme of the area, so why not? Alright, we've made it to the ghost ship. It is indeed a ship trapped forever in the frozen sea. The broken ice around it rises in dramatic waves. The ship carried hundreds of convicts whose bodies are still locked in the cells. But the crew did not abandon them. We found their remains in their quarters. There's still plenty of food aboard. We could take it, although we can't be sure what was the cause of death for the crew and convicts. I think that that's implying that there is something wrong with the food, so we could grab these 37 rations, but I think that will cause an event of food poisoning or something, so I'm going to leave the resources just to be safe. And you guys have finished exploring that whole area. So first, go back to Frostburg, and then maybe head out to the ice caverns or up here to Nansen's Stormwatch to bring those people home. Oh, we have finished our sawmill in this area. Can I get to those trees back there, or are they just fake trees? They're just fake trees. So that is all the wood over there, and we're nearly done with the wood over here. So I don't really have a job for the 10 of you. We have researched houses now. We don't have a solid enough wood income to do the upgrades yet. What about you guys? Favor is now high here. We can send 10 people, and we have 10 people that are working, to continue to improve hot springs. Can't do anything with you guys because we've already got shipments en route for everything. Ooh, they want 5 engineers? That's rough. Though if I went to Nance and Stormwatch, there were engineers there we could bring back. So slightly slow down resources to help them out again. There's something to be said for that. Well, I think first I'll help you guys get some more food coming in. And then maybe I'll think about that one. Oh, favor's high though for the hot springs. So I could get some more food. Sure. Just keep using the favor. It's there to be used. Alright, what do you got? Okay, so that's building the care home, and then they're taking down that last medical post. So we've got the care home set up, which currently probably has just the 2 amputees. Yeah. How is this temperature-wise? Still cold. Oh yeah, I was going to check temperature during work hours and then totally forgot. Goods station. This is a small goods station built at the crossroads. The routes lead north towards New London, north and east towards the mountains. The routes lead north towards New London, north and east towards the shore. I don't know directions, and I'm probably not facing. There's no compass. So if north is supposed to be that way, towards New London, and then north and east towards the mountains? I don't think so. I think one of those is supposed to be a south. Either way, explore. Nothing here, move on. Whatever the warehouse contains does not belong to us, but well, it no longer belongs to anyone. So we broke into it. As expected, we found some canned food and frozen meat inside. Both will certainly be useful to us. Let's grab them and move on to the isolated camp. Alright. Things are continuing to progress. We've got some sick, but more than enough care to take care of them. This is urgent. We need your immediate assistance. A geyser has erupted, causing damage to the crops and many injuries among both ours and your people. The burn victims need advanced treatment to survive. We don't have the proper technology, and we ask ourselves if we should have. We never needed it before your arrival. We need to send the victims to you for treatment, although it's dangerous due to the severity of their burns and the distance. We await your answer. We can either build an infirmary on site, which will make Hot Springs displeased, or we can take care of the victim. 10 gravely it will be sent, and Hot Springs will be pleased. We'll let them send their victims to us. We have the medical care. We can take care of them. Probably. Unless we get a sudden wave of sickness. Hope is awesome. Discontent is great. We're doing awesome. We got the next technology level. We can heal people even faster. House redesign, which will make houses a bit cheaper, which is great. Resources. Straddle carriers allows us to use straddle carriers in the army warehouse and raising output by another 15%. That's valuable. More coal. Could be good. I don't think we need more scouts. Advanced burners to raise the... Oh, to raise the efficiency of our burners. And then advanced heaters to raise the temperatures, which I think we're going to need pretty soon. Is our coal situation still great? It's not as good, but I think it's still fine. Let's go to advanced heaters. No. Oh, there's too many things. So, more steel and steam cores. I don't think that's a critical point at the moment. House redesign could be good. We've got more wood coming in. And getting all of our tents changed into houses would be fantastic. No, I think heaters, burners, getting all that going at the moment will be more useful. Yeah, so we're now at work time. Let's look at the temperatures, because I keep forgetting to do that. We definitely don't need both of you on. So this probably needs to go to heating level 2. You are outside the range of the heater? Really? Well, that defeats a lot of the purpose of putting this here. So if we just turn off that brazier, turn on that heater, and turn on that heater, then they're both good. Turn on that. Yeah. So everyone's now in good enough temperatures. Isolated camp. We see tents surrounded by a barbed wire fence and several people, probably guards, patrolling the area at a considerable distance from the camp. Victims of the epidemic. After we took a closer look, it turned out that this is a quarantine center belonging to New London. Apparently our former home was affected by some epidemic that they tried to suppress, and they put the infected here, far from the healthy population. We decided to steer clear of this place before the guards noticed our presence. Probably good, because New London is still upset at us. We'll carry on and move on to the deep fracture. Let's see. Nothing you need? They still want us to provide healthcare with 5 engineers. Oh, we have maxed out coal again. I'm never going to complain about that, so let's put down a couple more resource depots. And you guys, long hours of toil, still don't care. We heard that the burn victims have arrived to your settlement after a long and exhausting journey. We are horrified to learn that almost half of them died on the way, and the rest is in critical state. Please help them immediately, or they will die too. Establishing a safe and fast connection between our settlements would help prevent such tragedies in the future. Our people might distrust technology, but we can see its uses. We offer you steady food shipments every 2 days if you build a safe route to us. This would benefit everyone. Yes, it would. So we just had 5 people die. That was the 10 that came, 5 of them just died. So we'll need to sign that cemetery law soon. Unless I just did? I did not. I was heading down Care House. So yeah, we'll have to sign the cemetery law to heal up those 5 people. Or to bury the 5 people. I could go with the corpse disposal and organ transplants. Nah, I don't know. There's value in that. Yes, so they want us to establish a safe route, which means I need to build another construction team to send out. So let's head back here. If I want a construction team, I need 10 workers from somewhere. Maybe you guys. Sure. Build a construction team and move on to the mountain pass. We're going to start creating a safe route so we can get steady shipments of food every 2 days. Scouts have returned to the city with a bit of steel and a bit of rations. And we have researched the advanced heaters. Let's grab advanced burners. No. No. Abort that. We have maxed out our coal, and I'm building new storage for coal. Making things more efficient is definitely not critical. More steel coming in would be good. House redesign. I do want that. And I think that is more critical than trying to make our coal use more efficient as we continue to max it out. Getting in more people or heading over to the ice caverns. We'll grab these people first. We know that doesn't explore elsewhere. And so I can just bring them all home.
Time for a breather. See you tomorrow.
Looks like I researched something new. Upgraded transport depot. Oh. Okay. Sure. And houses. We want to get the house redesign first. But then we'll get the better houses, and that'll be good for everyone. So yeah, build a safe route. It's taking a lot of wood and steel, but we will build that. The Lost Scouts. We found a camp and the bodies of members of a scout team. One of our people recognized his friends who disappeared during the Great Storm. Apparently, after losing contact with New London, they built the camp to wait out the worst weather. We would like to bury them properly, for which we'll need some wood, and we kindly ask for your approval. Bury them and claim the camp. 40 wood will be spent. Safe route camp will be built. Hope will rise. Or just claim the camp. Yeah, we can bury them and use 40 more wood. It kind of sucks, but we have means of getting wood now. Speaking of, you guys. Oh, we can't do anything because it's being constructed. While the safe route is being established, we need to reduce the risk of the next eruption. Your engineers want to flood the caves to stabilize the flow. This shall stop eruptions and might give us bigger crops, but would also destroy the cave moss we are using as a mild sedative. We'd strongly prefer to drill a borehole to lower the pressure. Eruptions will still happen from time to time, but such is the nature of this place. We can flood the cave, their raw food shipments to us will rise, but they'll be displeased, or drill the borehole. They will be pleased, and the borehole will be unlocked. We'll keep pleasing them. I think before I did whatever was best for me, which was like last time I played this, which I think is flooding the caves. So yeah, we'll try drilling the borehole. Because getting more food, I think, was my goal at the time. So we'll raise our coal stockpile even more. Don't really need that for anything yet. The deep fracture. Difficult obstacle. We've established that the crevice extends beyond the ice sheet deep into the rock. It could be the result of tectonic movement, but rock might have cracked under the weight of the ice. It's so deep that pieces of ice thrown into it vanish without any echo. It's also quite wide. It would not be easy to cross. Let's carry on to the snow rover. This is just stretching farther and farther out. Alright. Okay, so yeah, we need workers here whenever we get free workers. Which I think we had people heading to Nansen Stormwatch. Okay. We've got the Gentle Descent, which is being used to build a safe route. We need more steel. Really? These guys are still gathering steel. We just need to take some time. That's awkward. Book of Laws. Let's build a cemetery. I do like the corpse disposal and organ transplant for the 20% bonus to healing. But with 2 infirmaries, I'm hoping that's not needed. So let's stuff a cemetery back here. And then you guys really need to get steel going. So again, we're back at Nansen Stormwatch. We will escort them to our outpost. This is finished building, so now can I talk to you guys and see what we can do? They need steel, all of them. We could, because I want to level them up. So I'm going to take people off of the workshop, send them, because we have engineers coming in with this scout team. Here, 9 more engineers coming in. So, ship them out. That'll get us another supply of wood. I believe. Yeah. 50 more wood coming in. Hopefully, at some point, you guys get us a good amount of steel.
Frost is here.
Okay, temperatures are dropping again. Discontent goes down because we've buried the bodies now.
Lines for work, people.
Alright, snow rover. We found the ruined wreck of a snow rover. The frozen corpse of the driver is still inside. Such rovers were used to scout ahead of expeditions, but never alone. It's too dangerous to travel in Frostland in such a small craft. This means that some convoy has passed here a long time ago, probably in a hurry, otherwise they'd have taken the body to bury it. Let's grab those 14 steel and head on to the trailer wreck. What were you guys waiting on? 75 steel? Okay. We're getting there. House redesign is done. Wow, my cats are being super loud. Healthcare insulation. That'll slow down the 75 we need, but it also speed up steel gathering, which that's now becoming a bottleneck, which is weird to me. Scouts return to the city with our new workers and such. We'll put 5 engineers on that. Put 10 workers into there. We still have some homeless and some unemployed workers. We'll build basic tent because that's still within range of the heater. That one would not be, but that's all we need for now. The hidden graveyard at the shipwreck camp. Sir, our people made a disturbing discovery. While preparing a place for a gathering post, they followed a path trodden in the snow, which led them deeper into the frozen forest. They found a clearing with about 20 graves. On one of them lies a captain's hat. Our people think that the ship's crew is buried there, presumably by the locals. We don't talk about this, shipwreck camp will be pleased, or tell the locals that we know, and they'll be displeased. We won't talk about it. You guys can be pleased. What do I want to do with all of these people that are unemployed? We're going to have a bunch more soon. I mean, I could get the steam thumper, or this coal thumper. It's a good use of people. Throw a bunch of them in there. I could get another workshop since I now have spare engineers. Seems a bit silly. But sure, why not? Wait, that corner is within range of this Keter, but like this isn't? How do they determine what is considered in range? Because that is just silly. That is in range? Man, I don't know. Alright, we've got the straddle carrier researched. We have enough steel, so while I wait to talk... No, we'll talk first. Whatever they want to know. We know that you have your own problems, but we have no one else to turn to. A disease is spreading amongst our people, and some of them will die if they don't get medical help that we can't provide. They would risk traveling to your settlement if you agree to cure them. In exchange, for your help, they are willing to stay and work for you. They are great workers, more than willing to pull their weight after they recover. We can tell them to quarantine the sick. They'll be displeased, and it gives us new improvements to work on. Or we will cure them. 10 of them will be sent to us. They'll be pleased, and new improvements will be unlocked. We will cure them. Same thing, probably some of them will die en route. Next to research after the straddle carts is... infirmary checklist, since I'm not going the route to get the extra 20% from organ transplants. Maybe. I could go all the way to... Nope, need more wood. Sure, infirmary checklist. I mean, I keep talking about a coal thumper is just a way to use up lots of people, but I don't actually need more coal. So it would be kind of silly. Like, I could go down that whole chain, but why? So yeah, infirmary checklist. We still have enough steel, which is what I was waiting on. So we'll use that to build the safe route. We are pleased to report that everything went as planned. This place will serve as a great vantage point as a clear visual guide for future expeditions going between the settlements. This section of the safe route can be assumed as secure. Carry on. Move on to the next location. And now the scouts that just made it home, you check out the ice caverns. Alright, we'll set that up for coal as well, since we have an absurd amount of coal. And put 4 engineers on there. Do I have a spare engineer somewhere dumb? Yes, in the pub. We'll fill that with workers and put an engineer in there. I still have 9 workers that aren't working. I don't know. We can go ceremonial funerals to make loss of hope caused by deaths is halved. Our hope is still fantastic, so I don't think that's particularly needed. Our food is great. I'm gonna go with prosthetics. We'll have to research the factory, but then we can finally get prosthetics for those 2 people. It's kind of a lot for 2 people, but oh well. You guys need a lot more wood and steel, so I can't do anything there. Trailer wreck. A heavy freight trailer stuck in an ice crevice. Such vehicles used to be hauled by land dreadnoughts. Memory of giants. Looking at the massive bulk of the trailer, we can't help but marvel at the power of the land dreadnoughts which roamed Frostlands before the Great Storm, bringing scores of people north. Where is the convoy headed? Alas, we won't find out. The storm has erased all their traces. Let's take the resources. And we have finally reached the end of that whole exploration section, so let's head back home with lots of resources. So we need a lot more wood. Can I get any from you guys? If I trade coal and rations, we need more rations as well. I mean, I can do that, but we need probably more steel just so I can send them those things for better return on investment. 50 wood. They will send us wood, but doesn't say how much. That does give 75. Yeah, I just need to stockpile a ton of steel. Why aren't you guys gathering enough? I could do a 24-hour shift. We've got the cemetery set up and plenty of extra people, so if some die, it's not the end of the world. Looks like they're heading to work. We'll wait to see how much steel we get with the shift, but if I'm not satisfied at the end of the day, I might just throw them onto a 24-hour shift. We have too many sick. Wow. They should get through that quickly enough, so I'm not super worried. We can almost build the route. There we go. We are pleased to report that everything went as planned, blah, blah, blah. We've got our safe route established, so we will send you guys back home. The safe route is now fully built. I assume we'll be talked to by Hot Springs to let us know that everything is good. Meanwhile, we are out of steel again. Anything I can research with basically no steel? Yeah. Some insulation. Not super needed. Factory? I do want the factory, so I can start that research while we wait. Are you guys not commenting on the fact that we set up the route? Oh, I have to upgrade your depot first. Never mind. I need to send you a whole bunch of steel. Huh. Difficult relations. Sir, our people at Shipwreck Camp complain about that the locals are making them uneasy. Admittedly, these ex-cons are great workers, but they are rowdy, uncouth, quick to demonstrate their physical strength, and they love to show off their technical skills, which our engineers find particularly unsettling. I see. What do you want me to say about that? Alright, we've got everyone in the infirmaries now. That's good. As much as I like to always have research going, I need to send that out to start getting daily food shipments, because we are in a dangerous situation. And you guys... Sorry, 24-hour shift. It sucks, but our whole production chain is waiting on getting more steel to come in. You're just not doing good enough. And we have nowhere we need you to build right now, so hang out, I guess. I could bring them back in, but we already have 19 unemployed people. Actually, all these people are unemployed too. Because there's nothing for them to cut where they were. So, go there. Those are being dismantled. This can get dismantled because it can't reach over there. Alright, we've got quite a bit of steel coming in. What do I want to spend it on? Is our coal still great? Yep. So I guess I don't really need any of the next technologies, at least immediately. And we don't have enough wood. So I'd rather use it instead to get more wood coming in. So we'll send that one. When we get 50 more steel, we can then send the next one. Housing and temperatures are still doing fine. We gotta wait for that to be built. So I don't need to rush turning those into houses. Ice caverns. The caves might be the shelter of wild animals, but it's possible that some people hid there. Anyway, we have weapons with us. The last research. In the caves, we came upon frozen human corpses torn apart by wild animals. By the bodies, we found boxes with documents containing the results of some scientific research we cannot comprehend. There's no trace of animals, and there's nothing of interest here for us. Let's take the resources and move on to the station ruins. Alright, we could send more steel to improve their heating, which I think we'll do. The construction team did a great job. Now we can send shipments safely. You'll see, it will prove well worth the effort. Alright, communication from Hot Springs. We confirm that a safe route between our settlements has been successfully established. It will allow us to quickly respond to emergencies and give us much needed sense of stability. From now on, we will be sending you shipments of raw food every other day. We hope this route will benefit both our people greatly. Great news! So they will be sending 50 raw food every other day. That is not enough, but we can send them additional stuff to get stuff on our own, besides just that every other shipment. Meanwhile, we've got 50 food coming in, as well as 100 more wood. Alright, let's put 10 people there. Yeah, I've got a ton of people that are just not even doing anything useful. Including basically all of our engineers. Some of these I know increase the amount of food they send us. We'll send you 10 people because we have too many people already. Oh, we have 2 homeless. Why? You are out of range. Okay. So I think we finally found the range limit on there. So I could just build a house. Something to be said for that. So it'll be warm on its own. But I think I'd rather start up a new small neighborhood of heaters. Or neighborhood with heaters. So I could build, like, this whole area up with houses. At least that's my current thought. So if I built brazier... Wish I could see the level 1 range. That would be nice. I don't think I'm going to need a ton more houses, so we'll just put it really close just to be sure we cover everything. And then we'll set you down to a range level 1. Scouts. They got back home. Okay. Head out here. Because this will probably branch out as well. And there's nothing else to explore. So we've got 2 food shipments coming in. 50 and 30. That'll be 80 food, which is enough for 160 people. Not excellent, but it's something. I don't know. Oh, favor's high. I should be using that. Hey. Can you give us some more food? Thanks. And you guys, favor's high. Forgot to be talking to you. Can you give us... They could send us some engineers. Exhausting favor. Workers. A small number of workers. Or more wood. Wood. We'll go with wood. Thanks. We're slowly getting more steel, so I think we can do another research at this point. Except we don't have enough wood. That's going to be our current bottleneck. Yeah. Never mind. How about we build a factory, since you guys are just standing around doing nothing. It's not in the range of any of the heaters, really? I mean, I could put it over here. It's a bit of a waste. Is there even room on the other side to build stuff? No. Invalid placement. Alright. That was a terrible spot to put a heater. So we'll build that road out there. Again, I wish I could see the smaller size. If we put a brazier there, then we can put our factory over on that side. We're really grateful for all the work and supplies you provided. We'd like to ask you to solve an issue, though. Your people are disturbed by the sight of our dead, whose frozen bodies we stored to compost them later. They want to build a cemetery and bury them, like in the old times. This is not our way. We want to respect the wishes of our dead to be returned to the circle of life, not trapped in a permafrost forever. Will you help us prepare a composting pit for them? So we can prepare them a proper cemetery. Hot springs will be displaced, but our hope will rise slightly. Or we can help them with the pit. Composting pit will be unlocked. Hot springs will be pleased, and our discontent will rise. I don't care about our discontent. It's fine. So we'll go that route. So now they have additional tasks that we can help them with, such as the composting pit, which takes a tiny bit of wood. We've got a lot of wood coming in. It's just not here yet. So I will help them with that composting pit. Hopefully, as we do that, some of these will start giving more food, because I think that's what happens, if I'm remembering correctly. But I could also be wrong. Okay, that's built. Let's drop it to range level 1. And also tell it to work just during work hours. You can be dismantled. And I think this doesn't even need to be on at the moment. So yeah, just turn that off. And we'll build the factory over here now. There. We're getting some more wood in, and then we can actually start doing more stuff. Station ruins. The tall building of the meteorological station erected by Winterholm engineers did not survive the Great Storm. Thick snow covers the broken walls and collapsed roof. Only masts with the old scientific equipment rises above them. What raw materials we could still find here were not worth the effort of wrenching them from under the ice. Let's take the resources, and we can go on to Winterholm or the Steel Bridge. Let's check out Winterholm first. Meanwhile, you guys start moving towards the station ruins, because it's still a known location, so they'll get there quickly enough. Alright, we've got some wood and steel. We're out of steam cores, but I guess that's fine for now. We managed to gain access to the coal hold. In the process, your people found the registry containing our sentences. Most of our people were convicted for minor offenses under new, harsh laws intended to raise cheap labor, but it turns out there were also arsonists and murderers among us. The registry contains no names, just prisoner numbers, but we think it's fortunate. We can give everyone a new life in this new world, and to this end we ask you to destroy the registry. We can either say, no, we must find this. The shipwreck camp will be displeased, their favor will be exhausted, but new improvements will be unlocked, or we can forgive and forget. Shipwreck camp will be pleased, our own personal discontent will rise moderately. Yeah, forgive and forget. We're all in this together. Let's move forward. We'll do ceremonial funerals now. We've got the prosthetic law signed. And yeah. So we want to help them with the borehole. To do that, we need steam cores. So let's move you guys onto mixed crew. There we go. So they are, once they start their shift, lazy people. We're getting a bit more wood in soon. We'll pull 5 engineers out of there, put them in here. We can tell them to build automatons, but they'll immediately tell us that, hey, we don't have a steam generator, we can't do that. So instead, let's build, say, 3 prosthetics, so we have 1 on hand to help out if needed. Alright, we've got all the supplies now. So we could help them with their infrastructure or the borehole. I'd rather help these guys out because wood keeps being our bottleneck. Charcoal kilns. They will be able to turn their wood waste into charcoal and send the timber to us. Good. Sawmill. Significantly increase the amount of wood the settlement can produce and allow them to increase their trade with us. Sure. Now we go back to you. Yeah, sure. Infrastructure repairs. Our scouts have made it to Winterholm. The ruins of a city brought down by inept rule of a selfish and incompetent leader, and finally destroyed by the explosion of its badly operated, irreparably damaged generator. We didn't think we would ever return here. Those who managed to flee left long ago, and we have no idea what happened to them, apart from some of the evacuated children who found shelter in New London. Winterholm has become a monument to the human ignorance and hubris, and its destruction is being completed by nature. The great storm covered the ruins with snow and ice. Only the irregular pattern of mounds and depressions reminds us this white shroud covers the work of human hands. Let's take the resources. And check out the children's mine. Let's see. We need more steel, more wood. Now that the first improvements are complete, let's build something that should benefit both our settlements. Establishing a safe route between us would make trading faster and more secure by preventing the shipments from getting bogged down in the snow. If you build it, we'll start sending you wood every other day. That would benefit everyone. Hey, you guys. Head over there to the rock bridge. The rock ridge, rather. Temperature's falling again. I'll have to check the temperature again at that point.
Wrap up well. Frost is here.
Useless automatons. Sir, since we don't have a generator or steam hubs, we can't refuel automatons. They would work for just a few hours and then stop. We have to rely on our labor. We can still use the factory to make prosthetics. I see. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm making prosthetics and not automatons. Okay, we are during work hours. It is cold, so let's turn on that hub. This one is not providing enough heat, and it is on heating level 2 now. You guys are fine. No one actually works in there, I think. This is freezing. Let's turn on your heaters. Turn you on to heating level 2. There we go. Besides the houses, I think everyone is pretty warm. Coal usage is still going up. Or, our coal is going up, rather. We need more steel. Come on. There's not a lot I can do to keep helping with that. I mean, if I got down to here, which takes steel, then I could get to steam lorries. I don't know what that does for me, but it could potentially gain us more steel. I think our neighbors are just too needy. But getting a steady supply regularly of wood sounds really useful. Alright. They made it to the station ruins, so move on to the steel bridge. Yeah. We've got some steel. Is it enough? No, we need 75. Children's mine. This mine was far from depleted when we last sent people into it. Smoke is coming from its stacks. Apparently people are living here. The children's mine. We go inside. It turns out that the mining corridors reach deep under the permafrost, give shelter to dozens of children, accompanied by a handful of old and frail people. The mining machines broke long ago. Now the coal is being extracted by kids whose small stature allows them to traverse the tunnels easily. The children are proud that they managed on their own and reject our suggestion to move. We can help them by improving their living conditions in return for coal. We will support them, as we've done with everyone. So now we need to build a trading depot out there as well. You move on to the destroyed automaton. Can we build another outpost team? We've got the people. Yes. Wait, you guys are just standing idle? Oh yeah, you're waiting on steel. Ugh. Well, we'll build another out that uses all of our steel. And I don't really need coal from those guys. Alright, we've got our prosthetics. So you guys go back here and twiddle your thumbs doing nothing. The heating and healthcare in our settlement have improved, but your medics say that malnutrition is still causing many to fall ill. We don't have much, but we've managed to survive on our own. Yet, perhaps it's time to ask for help. We don't do this lightly, and we don't want to use you. We know that you are in contact with a settlement producing food, so maybe we could talk to them? We can be the middleman, send them food, they will be displeased, and it will add new improvements, or we can put them in touch, and they will be pleased. We'll put you in touch. We'll just keep trying to help everyone, except for New London because they suck. There we go, we've got the 75 steel we need. Build a safe route. We are pleased to report that everything went as planned. This place will serve as a great vantage point, as well as clear visual guide for future expeditions going between our settlements. This section of the safe route can be assured secure. Move on to the high peak. Can I have you guys going 24 hours soon? Yeah. Good. We have lots of wood. Alright. Cold homes, can't deal with it at the moment. I think since we've got so much wood, when I can do a 24-hour shift, I'll kick off the wooden supports as well to increase efficiency. Actually, we've got a steam core. I think I'm ready to go back to just steel. Shipwreck camp. We need your help. We know that we're asking for a lot, but we need better housing. These huts we're living in now are too crowded and don't hold the heat in. Plus, some of us want to live separately from others. We used to think we could trust each other, but we were proven wrong. We'll build common bunkhouses. They'll be displeased. Or we'll build separate quarters, and they'll be pleased. We're going to be giving them better houses than we have for our own people, but that's fine, probably. Let's see. So what were they wanting? They want... Oh yeah, still need to build the depot with them to actually get the wood coming in once we get our route secure. You guys. There we go. 24-hour shift with 12 hours of working way faster. So they're going to be bringing in... It's claiming still 8 an hour. Really? Oh, 10 are going to eat. No, you're not. There. I was like, it should be getting a lot more than that. 16, that's what I want to see. Going to work when I've got you on a 24-hour shift. Come on. You need 75 more steel. We're nowhere near that. Death from overwork. Make sacrifices. We've got lots of unemployed people. I can just keep throwing them in. Probably should have been doing this all along. I was just trying not to. On this bridge, we came across the first automaton we saw in our lives. Now we meet here a group of workers from New London. Workers are busy cutting pieces off the bridge structure. When we try talking to them, they rebuff us angrily and tell us to leave or else. We can leave them to their work. The bridge will be defaced, or worse, stop them. If we prevail, the bridge will remain intact, or chase them away and dismantle the bridge ourselves, getting 57 steel. We'll leave them to their work. We're not going to have a confrontation with New London yet. So they can keep dismantling the bridge. We'll move on to the sturdy shelter. We have enough steel to work on the safe route. Crevasse zone. Sir, while prospecting the safe route to Shipwreck Camp, one of our people almost fell into a hidden crevasse. We checked the surroundings and unfortunately discovered that the whole area is full of such dangers. We could build bridges over them to secure the route, or just mark this part as dangerous and hope that people will notice the signs. Let's use 40 wood and secure the route. And then you guys move on to the natural stairs. Alright, we're starting to get a supply of steel. While I'm thinking about it, we will send that safe route depot upgrade. So they're heading out to build that safe route. We've got some food and wood coming in, that's good. Destroyed automaton. A worn, crushed, rusty automaton. It looks like it has spent a long time under the ice. Perhaps the Great Storm uncovered it, and that's why we were able to find it. Old machine. We explored the rusting hulk of the automaton. It was a general-purpose machine, probably used by Winterholm in the field to help with construction. It must have been abandoned after suffering irreparable damage. The steam core has been removed, but we can still get some steel from it. Alright, let's grab the steel and move on to the Grove of Bones or the Drying Springs. We'll go to the Grove of Bones in case those people can circle back around. Alright. Construction team found the natural stairs. We don't have the 75 steel we're going to need yet. Now we do. Build the safe route. Everything went as planned. Good. Now that you've got that whole route established, move on to the children's mine. So once that gets there, then we'll have our safe route and they'll be sending us wood every other day. Sturdy shelter. The shelter, designed to withstand the worst Arctic weather, has apparently failed to survive the Great Storm. Searching the area, we stumble upon a door handle sticking out from under the snow. Soon we dig out the door and see the plaque attached to it. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This is all that's left of the shelter. We came across this in the original scenario, this shelter, though it was actually a shelter at the time, not just a door sticking out. Move on to the drying springs. If you went here instead, 18 hours, and then it might be faster. We've still got a good amount of food. More incoming. Last offices. Sir, one of our people in Hot Springs has died, and the locals want to use his body as a crop fertilizer, just like they do with their own dead. I have one of his friends on the line. Hello, sir? They want to compost Frank. Those sick bastards. Sir, please, don't let them do it. They will take offense, but send the body home, or give them the body. If we send the body home, hope will rise slightly, Hot Springs will be displeased. Or give them the body, hope will fall slightly, Hot Springs will be pleased. We'll give them the body, our hope is fantastic. And I can sign another law. Probably could have for a while, but wasn't paying attention. I don't need any of these. Discontent is great. Food isn't hurting at the moment. Can't guarantee that long term. If we get a situation where we need, like, 3,000 food or whatever, then I'll probably wish I had done that earlier. We'll go extra rations for the ill, which I don't think I'm going to end up using, but makes people happier. We'll sign all the good, happy, peaceful laws. You guys really got to get us more steel coming in. The safe route is ready. This will make travel between our settlements much faster, so in the case of an emergency, we will be able to support each other. From now on, we will be sending you shipments of resources every other day. Let's hope we'll both prosper. Great news. They want 80 steel and 200 coal. The 200 coal is easy. The 80 steel is a lot. We can give them an infirmary. What about you guys? They want the borehole. We promised that ages ago, and they're only at rank 3. So yeah. Have fun. We'll probably want to grab another steam core again soon so that we can help. We've still got almost 10 days until our confrontation. Oh, scouts are at the Grove of Bones. It's probably the grove in which we once discovered human bones buried under the trees. Disturbed again. Numerous human bones lie scattered among the frozen stumps of trees. Most of them have tooth marks left probably by starving wild animals, which must have unearthed them, desperately searching for food. We'll bury them before leaving. This is all we can do for these long-gone strangers. Let's take a bit more wood. And we could also move on to the drying springs in 21 hours, or you guys can get there in 16 hours. Alright. You guys, head on home. It's a lot of supplies. Alright, what do we have coming in? 100 wood and 30 food. 30 food isn't enough. I need to keep helping them. Yeah. And pretty soon we'll have to start really boosting up the children's mind. Your engineers found out that someone sabotaged one of the main pumps heating the hothouses. Some crops were lost, and it will take at least a day to resume food production. We believe that this is the doing of New London or their sympathizers. We are anxious that if they do this again and cripple the food production, we might starve. To prevent this, we should work together even closer than before. Do you agree? No, we'll set up our own watch. Watchtowers will be unlocked. Food shipments will be halved for 2 days. Hot Springs will be displeased. Or, yes, let's set up a joint watch. Food shipments will be halved for 2 days. Hot Springs will be pleased. We'll set up joint watches. We'll work together. So they now want joint watch. It's a bit of steel and some wood. Helping hands. I can send even more people to them. Plus 5 raw food per shipment when the safe route is built. That sounds fantastic. Plus 10 raw food. That needs 2 steam cores and a whole ton of steel, though. But even more food coming in is something I should work towards. We'll do this one first, so we can get even more food coming in, because the 30 food per shipment is not a lot. Okay, scouts reached the drying springs. Someone got mild frostbite. Who? Where? I didn't realize I had anywhere that was excessively cold. You're cold in... Oh. That is really cold. Did I not build... Oh, it's because... No, it's work time. And there's nothing left for you here, so just disband it. Okay. All of you guys, you're cold during work time. Nope, I want to click on that. Heat level 2. This feels super dumb, heat level 2 for a single tent. But whatever. This is cold even with the heater going. No one's in it. I could increase the range on this. If I do that, what is our coal usage looking like? Still going up, but not by nearly as much. So now might be a good time to start considering some of these techs. It's only 30 steel. You got to the drying springs. These must be the freshwater springs where we found a group of survivors before the Great Storm. The unfrozen part of the pond has shrunk considerably. The springs are barely flowing. It seems that the Great Storm has somehow disrupted the water circulation, which supplied heat from the depths, and without it the sources started to freeze. The plants which were protected by the sources must have died during the storm or soon after. Then the animals which used to feed on them left or starved. Carry on, there's nothing to do here. We have now explored everywhere, so you guys head on home as well. And our construction crew is almost to the children's mine. It's not your problem, but since we now work together, we thought you might want to have a say. Some of our people, men we trusted, were exposed as murderers. We don't want them among us, obviously, but we've known them for a long time and we feel that they deserve at least a chance of survival. They agreed to leave in peace if we give them some gear and supplies that will make their exile less like a death sentence. Can you help us provide them supplies? Either they must stay, which will leave them displeased, or certainly, you can give them some supplies to make their exile more possible. Just send a bunch of food? We don't really have that kind of excess food. Alright, build a trading post. Cool. So they have now merged into the children's mine. And we can now work directly with the children's mine. Thank you for establishing the trading depot. Now we'll be able to help each other. One more thing. How can we help you? We lack some basic facilities and we need them badly. We'd be really grateful if you could assist us with establishing basic healthcare, patching our temporary shelters. We also need some food rations. We won't survive long without them. We'll think about it. Alright. What is our favor with them? Average? It's high with you. And high with you. So let's use that. Can you send us some more wood? We can always use more wood. Not really. Our wood situation is great. You. Can you send us some more food? Thank you. Alright. So, with them, the new pumps is what we really want. And with you, do you have anything that increases the wood shipments? Not really. Whatever. We'll send those as promised. And I should hold off on steel usage for a while so I can get up to that 100 steel. Ooh, we're almost ready to do another 24-hour shift. That'll be good. Ooh, temperature's falling again. Another 24-hour shift. Let's keep going, guys. I need to get these people into houses. Let's see. Nope. Go back. I don't want Dueling Law. I don't want House of Pleasure. I could go Moonshine. Discontent is going up. I don't need Triage. I'm hoping to avoid soup and food additives. Let's go Moonshine. Our scouts have returned to the city, bringing a bunch of supplies. Always good. We have the steel we need to get the next tech level, which is what I was wanting. And nowhere left to explore, so I'm going to disband that scout. Now I have extra people that aren't doing anything, but what can you do? We actually can't hold any more of this wood because we've maxed out our wood storage. So let's do that. Get a tiny bit more storage space. Temperatures fall even more. Now the houses are actually cold, and I cannot raise the heating level. Alright. Before I use up all my steel, I'm going to start that upgrade. And then we're going to start the house upgrades.
Shake a leg. Our shift is on.
Means that we're not overflowing on wood again. But we'll put rations and put that one to wood, just to make sure that we're not having to worry about that. Medical report. Our medical staff reports from shipwreck camp. These people are hardened and skilled workers. Their bodies carry numerous scars from injuries suffered while working in dangerous and sometimes toxic conditions. Nevertheless, they seem surprisingly healthy, although many of them currently suffer from various maladies caused by malnutrition and bad living conditions. I see. Alright, we got that. Now, what does this earn us? Steam cores will be retrieved from the army warehouse 25% faster. Steam cores isn't the current issue. I was hoping that would boost everything. Okay. We need more wood coming in to build more houses. You guys. Oh, this is for the children's mine, which I definitely need to be helping, because they are still back at level 1. I was meaning to click on you guys. to get more wood. So send them a bunch of steel and a bit of coal. And we need more steam cores. We also need a lot more steel. Are your relations high yet? Okay, we'll keep working on upgrading houses as we can. A bunch more wood came in, that's great. And that scout is done as well. So we will disband you. Alright. We are going to be getting sick because people are cold. But we'll just keep upgrading houses throughout the night. And you guys can't do another 24-hour shift yet. Our shipments reach the children's mine. They are unfortunately going to send us coal. And we super don't care about coal. But I want to help out everyone. What a lovely morning. I'm ready to take on the day. Today will be a good day. I can feel it. Yes, it will. Temperature is dropping. So I don't need to keep freaking out over upgrading the houses quite yet. Yeah, look how toasty that all is. Means I can probably turn the heating level down on this. Yeah. I need to upgrade that house. And then maybe I can just turn this off. At least for now. Hub is getting quite cold. It's not ideal. Inconvenient truth. Sir, our team in Hot Springs reports that repairing the damage from the geyser eruption, they found that we are most likely responsible for this disaster. Apparently, when we fixed the pumps, we disturbed the flow of water underground. Some locals already consider the eruption nature's punishment for bringing technology to Hot Springs. What should we do? We can blame the unstable geyser, Hot Springs will be displeased, or come clean and apologize. Their favor will be exhausted, but they'll be pleased. That is rough. We'll exhaust their favor for now and come clean and apologize to keep improving our relations with them. So the relations are loyal, but their favor is now low. We need more food coming in, as always. So we'll send some wood and some steel. I want to do that one. We need more wood. I can just send some coal and food. Sure. Maybe that's the route to go. There. And you guys need engineers with some wood and steel. Sure. Our engineers are doing basically nothing. Have some healthcare. We can sign another law. I don't want triage. I could go soup now, since we've got moonshine. Sure. We keep running into situations where our food is just barely enough. Alright. Research-wise, I like the idea of this one so that we can get those steam cores that we need. Our cookhouse is freezing. We should probably do that. We need a lot more wood, though. And we have no wood coming in? No, we do. Okay. And you guys... Oh, we can't do that because we are out of wood. When will it get here? In 3 hours? There. No. It shifted because we got the colon. We thank you for the medics you sent to help with the healthcare. There are still much more sick kids than beds, and we noticed that the youngest, unfortunately, wind up at the end of the queue. You could tell your medics to start with the more severely sick, otherwise the kids will organize themselves. So I don't like how this is laid out. So start with the sickest kids. Healthcare will improve, children's mind will be displeased, or let them organize themselves, the children's mind will be pleased. So it's like the adults are telling us what needs to be done, but we're trying to please the children. So letting the children do what they want will make them pleased, but is worse for them and the adults know it. But again, I'm trying to please everyone, so kids, organize yourselves and let the youngest die, I guess. I don't know. There we go. So now we can do a 24-hour shift with the boosted effort. Get a lot more steel coming in. Refusal to work. Yeah, you can rest. I'm not a monster. Someone else. Get to work. Alright, we could do house insulation, which would be great, but I want to get steam cores, because we've got a lot of requests. A steam core there, 2 more here, 3 more here. Yeah. A lot of requests for steam cores. We need more wood. You guys. Have some coal and some... We need food. How much are you sending? 60? That'll be basically enough for everyone. Have some food and some rations to give us some wood, and then when we get wood, we can send some to get more food. Soup is done. That's right. Triage makes everyone unhappy, and I don't plan to use it. So I think we're basically done with laws. So we will have you guys make soup whenever you get food. That'll make it go a lot farther. You guys are getting in lots of wood, or lots of steel rather. A child's plea. Captain, we have found a boy frozen to the bone in the cemetery next to a fresh grave. He must have been there for hours. He wants you to call an emergency meeting. He says that if you agree, his mother will wake up to attend it. He must face his loss. Sorry, kid. Right now, we've almost maxed out on steel, so I'm going to change this to steel. Change that to coal. Might actually be wise to research these resource depot upgrades, so I don't have to keep building those. Switch over to steel and steam cores now. So now we are getting 8 coal and 0.2, 8 steel, 0.2 steam cores per hour, working at 200% efficiency, which is crazy. And everyone is working, right? No one's going to eat? Sure. And we're out of wood. And we can't get any wood of our own. We just have to wait for it to come in.
Shift's over. Remember to stow your tools.
Given that we have so much steel, I might want to go just straight steam core, actually. Which feels even weirder. But that's a lot of steel. And steam cores is what everyone wants. Okay, we've got a steam core. Who do we give it to? We can boost the children's mind. Actually, you guys were going to give us a ton more food, which I was hopeful for. You guys want so much wood. Yeah, I don't know. I think I want to go with the more food option. Which means I need another core. There we go. Now we'll be getting more food whenever they ship to us. And now I need a lot more wood. So if we can get another steam core or two, Or 3. Okay, work time is started. There we go, we got a steam core. So we'll send it to you guys. Send us some more wood, please. Good, 50 more wood and 30 more food. Odd Saboteur. Your watchman caught an old man attempting to clog the steam pipes. We don't know why he tried to do it. He's been acting strange recently, so maybe his mind is failing. But we can't rule out New London's involvement. Nevertheless, we ask you to forgive him, in the name of peace and harmony between our people. We can lock him up. Hot Springs' favor will be exhausted again, and they'll be displeased, or we can let him go. Discontent will rise slightly. That's our discontent. And Hot Springs will be pleased. We'll let him go. Meanwhile, you guys, your favor is high. So, can you send us some more wood? Thanks. Favor is average. Favor is high with the children. What can you send us? Because I seriously don't need coal. Workers and coal. I don't need either of those. Have fun. Keep all of your supplies. It's fine. So we've got a bunch of wood coming in. That's right. I was wanting to research that so that we have bigger resource depots.
Time for a breather. See you tomorrow.
What do the children's mind need? They need more wood. Don't we all? We're up to 3 steam cores. Anything I can do with that? Yeah. They want a steam sawmill. Alright. Now let's switch back to cores and steel. So that we can keep getting some cores in, but we've got to keep getting steel because we're now running a bit low. Alright, we've gotten colder now. Should have upgraded a few more houses, probably. We go to here. I know I've got extra houses. We have 60 vacant beds. 20 of those are in the care house. So we have 4 vacant tents that we don't need to worry about. So 3 of them we need to upgrade. There we go. Alright, we've got the upgraded resource depots, so we can now hold a lot more of everything we've got depots for. Still saying that it's only getting 0.1 per hour, even though we've put a lot into improving how fast we get stuff. I don't understand. Saboteur. We have grave news. The old man whom we together decided to let go repeated his saboteur attempt. He was under discreet observation, but we lost him for just a few minutes. He blew up one of the smaller pumps, killing himself and 3 of your people. Words can't express our grief at this loss. We hope you will not hold the actions of a lone madman against our whole community. Their blood is on your hands. Discontent will fall for us. Hot Springs' favor will be exhausted. Hot Springs will be displeased, or we too are responsible for this. Our discontent will rise. Hot Springs will be pleased. We too are responsible. Alright, anything we can do? If we had more steel, we could help them. What about you guys? You need coal mines rebuild. That sounds the most useful. Once we get a bit more steel coming in. So I'd like to be able to build that safe route to you guys as well. The fire has seriously damaged many buildings, and we are now sure that it was arson. We don't know who did it or why, but we'll find out and deal with them. This kind of stupid stuff serves no one. We won't let it happen again. We have to ask you for resources to repair the damage. We could do much more with some proper planning and engineering, but that will take a lot of time and resources we can't ask you for. We'll set up proper guards. They'll be displeased. New improvements will be unlocked, or we'll help you rebuild. New improvements will be unlocked and they'll be pleased. Yeah, we'll help you rebuild. What do you need? 2 more steam cores, a bunch more steel, and 5 more engineers. Alright. First, we're helping these guys, so we'll rebuild your mine. And get some coal in, because that's what we desperately need. Alright, another long shift, another boost to efficiency. We now need more wood coming in, which will be easy when we get lots of extra steel and steam cores. So we'll start with sending you a bit of rations and a bit of coal to send us 75 wood. That sounds fantastic. I need to do that, like, daily. This will... See, they only send 20 raw food. It's much better to do these basic things.
Sun's up. Gird your loins for work, people.
Okay. After rebuilding our coal mine, we can think about connecting our settlements with a safe route that will let us travel without fear of getting stranded in the snow. If you build it, we'll send you shipments of coal every other day. This will benefit everyone. It really doesn't help me, but I'm going for it. So first we need to build a unit, which means we need 50 wood. That will get here soon enough. Anyone need something that doesn't involve wood? You guys. But that'll use the steel that we're going to need for our unit as well. I think once I get up to 5 steam cores, then I'll turn them back onto just steel. Alright, we'll send out a unit. You guys, head over there. And... yeah. Keep doing what we're doing for now. We've got more wood coming in soon. These people are still working on their 24-hour shift. I don't want to disrupt it. So we'll switch them over soon. I need more wood. Nah, we'll disrupt it. I don't know how long that 24-hour shift is still going. Oh, right there. Probably should have waited then. Alright, almost there. You. Build the route. Carry on. Move on to the next site. We need even more wood coming in. Have some more coal and food. You guys, I need more food. First, we will ask for some more food. Thank you. And I will ask you guys for some more wood. Thank you. Alright. If I had more steel, I could get 20 more raw food. That's just such a little amount of food. But that should keep us going for a little while. Alright. Build the next stage of the safe route. Carry on. And then we'll move to the next spot. We are out of food. Luckily, we'll have more raw rations arriving soon. And we are out of steel and wood. I think that's enough steel. We just need this wood to get here. Nope, still need a bit more wood. There we go. Finish the safe route. Avalanche danger. We have encountered an unforeseen obstacle. Huge masses of snow have accumulated on the mountainside right over the planned safe route. We can trigger the avalanche, but cleaning up the snow will take a lot of time and some resources. if we choose to ignore the danger, it might come back to bite us later. Let's trigger the avalanche and spend 40 wood, or leave it alone. We'll trigger it and spend the 40 wood. Alright, we now have safe routes between our 3 settlements. New London is on their own. But they kind of chose to be on their own, so that's their fault. And you guys head on back home. Oh, we don't quite have a safe route because we've got to send the safe route depot. That completes it. I always forget about that. And the confrontation is coming really soon. A day and a half. So I guess we will do that again, try and get extra steel. And then I need more wood from you guys. And more food from you guys. Temperatures are rising a bit. Always good. Can I... Not turning it off. I'll definitely still need it on, but can I turn it down a heat level? Yeah. Let's see. Everything else I'm pretty happy with how I'm heating it. You have made it back, so we are going to disband you. All of our construction is done. We need to send a safe route depot upgrade. And we'll send some mining tools? Sure. Just trying to keep everyone as upgraded as possible. We got level 5 with the shipwreck camp. That's impressive. Let's see. Loyal with them. Loyal with them. Neutral with the children's mine. Our settlements are now connected with the safe route. Thanks to it, we'll be able to help each other quickly if the need arises. This will give us all a sense of security. From now on, we will be sending you shipments of resources every other day. May you use it for the good of both our people. Great news. What can I do to keep boosting you guys? Proper houses, I guess? Do I have more wood coming in? No. So I need to get more wood. New Londoners are coming. Sir, a large group of people is heading to our city from New London. We don't know their intentions, but we must assume that it's the vanguard of the punitive expedition. The moment of truth is coming. This will be the test of our resolve. We must wait. Hey, guys, can I get some wood? Thanks. Hey, guys, can I get some food? Favor is high on both of you. Perfect. Send me some more wood. Thanks. And send me some more food. Thank you. What do you guys need to get up to level 5? Probably, yeah. I would need to send you more wood and steel. And then that would get you to level 5. Not that level 5 is super necessary. Children's mind is what I should focus on. Unfortunately, they give us coal. And I don't need coal. We must help them. These poor people. They're starving. Trouble in New London. That's no punitive expedition. These are ordinary people. Their delegates are here to ask for help. We fled the hunger and chaos of New London. Everything is falling apart there. Healthcare, the coal supply, even the generator. The administration just argues over what to do and no decisions are made. Help us, please. You're our only hope. Some of our people, recognizing their friends and relatives among the refugees, are embracing them and taking them home. We have no choice. We must help them. Of course. Alright, we got a bunch of sick people. No homeless because they're probably now in these tents that are not warm. Still 35 vacant beds, actually. No, we do have people living in the cold tents. We have one cold tent that's unused, but I should probably just go about upgrading everything. Which I would do if I had the wood. And I don't. New London is finally contacting us. Outpost 11. That's not our name. We changed it like 2 weeks ago. We heard some people from our city have reached you. What they tell you is mostly true. We lost some crops, had a food shortage, used sawdust, had labor shortages, then a generator malfunction, and things got out of control. To prevent panic, we tried to cover up the scale of the crisis. That's why we didn't tell you. We urgently need resources and people. Our relations weren't good recently, but please, can you help us? New London can't fall. New London totally can fall. We need to think about it. So now we should consult with the other settlements. New London is collapsing, and we don't have much time to reach a decision. Before we do it, we can consult the other settlements, which already promised not to make any requests until this is over, and we should listen to our people. What we do now will change the future, not only for us, but for all people in Frostland. Okay. No pop-ups from our people. Alright, let's consult. We'll start with, oh, that sounds like there is a thing. Fate of New London. How quickly the mood changes. We were ready to fight New London. Now many want to help them despite the huge cost. After all, people still have friends and relatives there. On the other hand, if we let New London fall, we could take full control of it, although many of its inhabitants would die. We'd also have to prepare for a massive wave of refugees. I need to think about it. I would rather help New London where they stand than deal with the refugees from letting it fall. Communicate. Can you help us with New London? We don't know much of New London, but it seems to us that unlike you, its people failed to adapt to the changed world. If you let their city fall, they will strengthen your ranks and learn your ways. If you help them instead, your people might yet become assimilated by them. The nature is our ultimate judge, and it is useless to dispute her rulings. But whatever you decide, we won't deny you help if you ask for it. Thank you. What about you guys? Can you help us with New London? What's up, Frostberg? Speak your mind. All those wealthy New Londoners are scum. No offense, pal, you're different. But they can go to hell with their generators and fancy houses. They grew too big, and the world will cut them down. If you help them, they'll only stab you in the back, mark my words. In the end, each of us should stand or fall on their own. We say let New London fall, but we owe you, and will help you whatever you do. Thank you. And lastly, Children's Mind. What are your thoughts? Frostberg, it's good to hear from you. What is it? Can you help us with New London? We're saddened to hear about the plight of New London. It reminds us of the tragic fate of Winterhome. We should try to help them. Some of our children might have relatives there. If we leave them to their fate, many will die. And this world saw too much death already. The decision is yours, but whether you choose to save New London or not, we'll help you as much as we can. We must stand together or we'll all freeze alone. Thank you. Never mind, farewell. Alright, so we've talked to everyone. Now we need to answer New London. New London. Outpost 11, we read you loud and clear. How is the operation going? We have an answer. We can't endure much longer. Hear us out. We beg you. We treated you badly, misled you, and we were wrong. Although we still believe we are one people, we will respect your autonomy if you save our city. If you refuse, many will die, but many more will flee to your outpost and every other settlement they can get to. You can't possibly accommodate them all. So many lives are at stake. Please, don't forsake them. What is your answer? We will save you. Farewell. No thank you, nothing. Just farewell. Farewell. Alright, we need to send them a shipment of workers, a shipment of food, a shipment of coal, and send shipment of building materials. Alright, what does that look like? Maybe it's from here. New London? 50 workers. Ugh. I mean, I have lots of spare workers. 3,000 coal, we can just do that. Steel and steam cores, we can just do that. So we'll just take care of both of those at the moment. Food and workers is going to be rougher for us. Saving New London. New London's economy is in shambles, so we'll need a lot of coal to keep them warm. Due to the cold, a lot of their workers are sick, which means that our people will need to replace them. Infirmaries will heal the gravely ill, but to build them we need to send steel and steam cores. Their food economy is stretched to the maximum since the beginning, so shipment of food rations will be a great aid. Okay. Hot Springs. Your decision to preserve the bigger and more advanced society will affect us all. For good or ill, only time will tell. We believe that if we exert ourselves, we can take care of the food shipments for New London. The other tasks are in your hands. Thank you. So we don't have to deal with the food shipments. We have heard you chose to spare those toffs. Too bad, but it's your choice, as we said. Alas, we too will have to face its consequences. We'll send them the workers that they need to get on their good side and to keep an eye on them. We know a thing or two about generators, having built a few. So we'll take a look at theirs. So we didn't get to see it in our playthrough of the last autumn, but if you choose the engineer route rather than the worker route, then the higher ranks of the engineering route is that they start building a penal colony, enslaving the people, throwing them in as prisoners, and then you can order in new prisoners from New London or from Britain to help, and they'll just send shipments of prisoners. So that's kind of what this group is a group of these prisoners that were going around to build generators. So yeah, we know a thing or two about generators. Amused me. Thank you. So the shipment of workers and coal and whatnot, the workers will be being helped out by the shipwreck camp, and the food will be covered by the hot springs, and we've already handled coal and building materials. So they should be good. Yeah, everything is en route. When that's taken care of, we win, I guess. I'm still hoping to keep boosting the rank of the children mine, but oh well. Can't win them all. I was hoping to get like all of them up at like level 4, level 5. But I think we've basically won. We're just waiting just a few more minutes. This big shipment of coal you sent us is essential for our survival. The generator's acting up, even on the lowest settings, and many buildings don't have enough heat. Now we can try to do something to keep people warm and healthy. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. This big shipment of coal is great. Thank you. I'm still glad to hear that. Probably because I sent both at the same time. It was repeating it? I don't know. And then those should get there in 5 and 10 hours. And I think that's game. We just win. God bless our captain. I'd follow him anywhere. Thank you, Jane Bird. Good day. Let's see how to make our city even better. Well, we can make the city better by building a couple more houses. Sending us the food rations, you've accomplished more than just saving us from starvation. You've rekindled hope among our people. They're still hungry, but we know what it took to deliver this much, and we appreciate this a lot. I'm glad to hear that. So if we hadn't really built up relations and whatnot, then we would have had to have gathered all of that food and all of that workers ourselves, which would have been pretty challenging. But because we've been boosting our relations with everyone, it's just being taken care of on its own, which is nice. The end. The city is saved. We did it. New London is no longer in danger of collapse. It was a trying time for all, full of strife and discord, but that's behind us now. Despite all the misunderstandings and unnecessary grudges, we saw past our differences and lent a helping hand to those in need. The last city on Earth remains the best hope for mankind, but how long will its people remember the lessons that it was discord, not the great storm, that turned out to be the ultimate threat? Well done. Great job, people, and for a good cause. We did it. We saved them. New London Territory, population 865, so that's counting all of the locations. Took place in 1887, and I believe that this is a hint about the sequel, which will take place in 1916. And that is it. That is the last scenario of Frostpunk. We've gone through them all over the last few weeks. If there's anything else that you guys want to see, whether people on Twitch or people watching this later in YouTube land, let me know. And I wouldn't be opposed to coming back to Frostpunk at some point, or we can just wait for when Frostpunk 2 eventually comes out.